realm of consciousness, which is also where the realm of idealism is. And so where materialism and idealism would meet is in the realm of mentalism. And that's what we are. We're concepts of form that are developing into the nature of, I guess, our quality of being.
So if we are concepts of ourselves, how do we kind of hack into the better concept for ourselves? If that's a coherent question.
I think it is. If we are a concept, if we are a developing concept, how do we tune into the highest concept that we can?
Exactly.
That is the goal, is to discover that which we might become. And to discover what we might become, we must put forth the effort. We must be willing to take the steps, to take the actions, to sacrifice, to commit. But what we might become, man, there's a ton of variables involved in that.
So, for me, I like to have the cheat codes of a video game, and I like just being able to hack right in. And I'm wondering if there's a backdoor hijack or a hacking way to get to where I want to be.
I believe there is. And if you can accept it, it could be that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And the backdoor secret is just to surrender deeper into where you are and who you are, so that you can feel those answers for you. Can you follow that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's good stuff. Okay, here's another question. Sometimes we know what we need to do, and we feel like we're putting in the effort, but time is starting to move too slow. And how do we get the idle time more productive? Or I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but how do you, when time is moving too slow and you want to put in more effort, how do you fill in that space?
That is literally, I think that is articulating one of the challenges I'm facing myself. I see I see the calendar going. I see time continuing. It's ticking. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do with this thing? So there's a fine line, right? We don't want to get anxious. We got to recognize that what will be, will be. And there is an order to the timing that's beyond us. So the only time we can control, the only thing we can control is ourselves. And this is where the test of faith has been coming in for me, DeFreak. Learning to trust that I will find the right time to do the right thing. Right? And then as something feels like the right thing to do, I do it. And I try not to second guess too much. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think you hit it right off the top when you said, the anxiousness. I think that's what is getting me at this point. So I need to kind of reel that in. But another thing I wanted to say was, during that debate, like I even said it during the debate, you were dropping gems like here and there that were just, I mean, they were just gems. And I don't know if anyone else really picked up on it, but if I should have grabbed the link before I came in, but during that debate, like you had a lot of just off the top of your head gems that were pretty significant. So if anyone wants to bother to go look at that, it'd be probably worth their time.
Dude, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that.
No problem. So another thing is, I think I've actually created a part inspiration, of course. a syllogism that the atheist cannot refute now. So,
Please.
all right, so here it is. Necessarily, all law governed things are created. Necessarily, the universe is law governed. So, necessarily, the universe is created.
Because of the governing laws?
Since the universe is subject to the laws of physics, then the universe had to have been created.
In accordance with those laws.
So I think it's pretty airtight. So I'm gonna run it back to them tonight and see what they say.
I love it. I love it, DeFreak. And you know what? This is something I have been learning. There's actually true I've been learning there's many methods and perspectives to the proper use of logic, right? Particularly in the style of debate. It's a beautiful, you know what? It's so perfect. God is so perfect. The way everything works is perfect. There's no disorder, there's no chaos. It just appears that way. If it didn't work, if there was if it wasn't perfect, it wouldn't work. Life, that is. But since life works, then it's complete. I don't know. There's something in there.
Now there's it's the chicken and egg fallacy or whatever it's called. If the universe created the laws of physics, or did the laws of physics create the universe? So that's the
Right.
chicken and egg logical fallacy or whatever. But if they say that the universe is not subject to the laws of physics, that's the supernatural, that's God. So there's really no way out of it for them. But what you were saying is everything works perfectly and whatnot. If everything is in the closed system is working perfectly, it has to be an external, intelligent third party that created that thing, right? I don't think there's any way out of it. So now they have to consider God, and now they have to consider Jesus Christ.
Yes. Here, we got another guest I'm going to bring up, DeFreak, because I want to continue these talks, and I think Joe can be a good part of it. Welcome, Joe Cool. How you doing, brother? You're muted. And
Joe
you just
Cool.
I know he's not an amateur. He'll figure it out. He'll be back when he's ready. If you try the argument of perfection, that is going to be a tough sell, right? Because the mind will want to find all sorts of imperfections to prove the lack or absence of perfection. These debates are so fascinating, though, because in the bigger picture, DeFreak, this is what I mean. It excites me to see so many people having these deep conversations on philosophy, consciousness, existential ideas, let alone all the discussions on, the politics and the police and what's going on with the corruption. We're living at a great time. This is the time, brother. And so, DeFreak, I encourage you, have fun and please, I am overdue. I feel like I may have disrespected our friend Taco. I know he's a pretty good dude, and he doesn't seem to carry offense much.
No, he likes you. We talk about Jack Talcott. He's like, oh, I love Jack. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything there. But what you were just saying about you love the debates and the philosophy and the deep discussion. That's an alternative to war. Is actually just have these little whether you want to call them troll parties or the deeper thinking is a way out of the anxiety of manhood or mankind, because I don't know what it is. It's an ego thing, but you either have to be fighting or proving yourself, or I don't know, right?
The freak, yes. It's all this egoic nonsense. And you said a couple of things. It reminded me of a few things. Um, it really is. It's all egoic nonsense. This drive to compete and to exploit, to overpower the world. For the world to change, everyone's going to need to slow down. And as the world changes, everyone will easily be able to slow down. It won't be so hectic. We won't be in such a rush. Sure, there may be times where, we got to get shit done, but it won't be an everyday, drive to increase productivity, drive, get here, get there, got to get all this stuff done. We're driving ourselves nuts. We're driving each other nuts. So something else back to what you said is through diplomacy, right? Through diplomacy, peace is available. So if I can find a way, if we can find a way, if the universe and God will allow me to have a conversation with that man, Donald Trump, and I tell you what, it doesn't have to be me. If anyone can get this to him, get these ideas to him, someone near him, ask him, seriously, does he want world peace or not? If his answer is no, he needs to get the fuck out of the way. Simple as that. He's the wrong man for the job because world peace is what the people deserve. But I don't think he'd say, no, I don't want world peace. He said that's what he wants. And so if he says that's what he wants, I want to help that man become an honest man, and I want to help him get this shit done. Because peace is waiting here on earth.
Hey, Jack, Don Jr., I think he's like getting married or just got married or something, but he's kind of like a media, he's kind of like a panel walker, and he's probably can get him on the cheap. Like if you can get an interview with him, maybe that's the way to get in with the dad.
Interesting idea. Don or the other one, the tall one, Barron?
The dark-haired Don Jr. with the, he usually has a hair gel, slicks it back or whatever. Yeah.
I'm sure I'm sure he charges probably decent fees for speaking. I would love to talk to one of the Trumps, anyone near the Trump, anyone. I'd love to, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, well, like if you were to try and get an interview with the president of the United States or whatever, you had a media pass, the whole, let's just say you were Epoch or something. It'd probably be a lot easier to book Donnie than it would to be, Donald. Right? So I was just throwing that out there anyway.
Probably.
But politics is, you could literally every minute of the day you could flood yourself with the political environment right now and still have more stuff to research, still have more stuff to look into, still have more lies to fact check, still have more half truths to discern. It's a very busy, a very saturated market right now. And it's tough. It's really tough.
No, this is the thing. I don't want to. Hey, Ben, blessings to you. No apology is necessary. I actually felt bad for being rude to you. See, this is what I mean. Gentlemen, I appreciate you, Ben. And I trust we're good. No hard feelings at all. How my idea of speaking with Trump, again, it does not need to be me, but someone in this world needs to pull that man aside and say, hey, dude, what are you doing? Why are you not following through with what you told the people when you were running for this position? I mean, in a way he is, right? Because he's implementing that agenda 2025 or whatever it is from the Heritage Foundation. He's being a good, obedient partner to them, but he's not on our side. But this is the thing too. We have to realize, brothers and sisters, for this world to change, we've got to re-examine our reasoning. Why do we believe the things that we believe? And then what I really want people to figure out and understand, this us versus them, it is propaganda. It is conditioning. It is deception. This us versus them is politics. You don't have to politic when we're united together, right? There's no slavery when you're united together. There'd be no poverty if we were united together with honesty, integrity, and fairness. And that's what I think we should talk to Donald Trump and the men and women of Congress about, because they can reach the corporate leaders and the banking representatives and all these other system employees, and we can fix the systems.
Yeah. Man, the thing is with Congress is, to me, they're just a house of prostitution at this point. Like, they will listen to foreign influencers and more than the internal stuff. And the thing that we have to do is we have to create better people. We have to produce better people, and the better people make the systems better. Right now, we have sellouts everywhere, and everything's corrupted. And so I think that starts with education. And if somehow we could pull that off, then you have a chance, 15, 20 years down the line.
We don't have that long. The time is now. I figure we got 2 days left. We got 2 days left before the end of this year. Let's see if we can get it done in the next 2 days. Because really, all we've got to do is get adults, right? People who represent different organizations. We just got to get people to agree to things. And if we can get people to agree to stop fighting, well, as soon as they agree to stop fighting, at the same time, we can start working together on creating reforms, right? Because all we have to do is find the agreement and the willingness and the agreement. They'll come together with the right ideas. And right now, I don't think Donald Trump has the right ideas. I think he's evidence God created for us to figure out, what are we going to do here?
Well, there's one way to there's certainly one way to actually bring in a one world, peace, quote unquote, and that would be to actually just go ahead and imperialize the whole world, right? If you want to impose our values on the world and bring peace, why not imperialize now?
We already have that. So let's use the tyranny and the fascist systems that are already there. When I say fascist and tyranny, we have top-down systems of government, of employment, of everything. This top-down approach is this imperialist nation. It's already there. So let's use that to correct it, right? We correct the record. We have a come to Jesus type of conversation. Peace Dynamo. It's not up to me to help Trump. And I'm hopefully helping you. But if you can't allow anything good to be found from here, well, then that's on you, dude. Do that. But the idea is to get these ideas to the people who can actually make the changes. I've spent so much time talking to people who can't do anything, right? Aren't even willing to do anything, it seems. But if we can talk to the people actually responsible and accountable for the administration and the operations of the government, we can fix everything. And does it matter? That's not actually a bad idea. I've been saying it's time for me to change things, and that's exactly what I want to do. I want to get messages to Trump and to Congress, and I've hoped people would be willing to, maybe edit, maybe forward some things, clip some things, but
Hey, let me bring up a possible like hypothetical scenario, whatever. Is it better for America to have the megalomaniac, psychopath, sociopath that everyone else is afraid of, or should we be the passive, get along, go along, get along, and have Kim Jong Un being able to dictate to us our policy? If you know what I mean, like, is it better that we have a strong leader that everyone else has to factor into their equation, or is it better that America is just I don't know, it's just an absorption of whatever they are dictating to us?
I think there's a better answer than what you offered. Joe,
Very,
cool. Welcome back.
very.
brother.
I'm with you on that, Jack. He gave two choices: do we be the tyrants or do we be pussies? There must be an alternate. So and so. I agree. And the freak, I use your argument, the one you were using. When I was outside still, that because of the order, there must be an architect. Pretty much that's your argument. That's the argument I try and use and refine. So I'd like to throw that around, which it might not be the time and place, but I would love to argue with that, and I'll choose the opposite side just so I can refine my arguments. I'd love to argue that with you.
Here, let's swing back to that. We got another guest on the street, it looks like. Landry.
Hey, how's it going? It's okay. Hey, so right now I'm doing something pretty crazy. So I had a guy from Home Depot. I went down to get an employee. He's behind me. He's filming me right now. So this is going to be on, I got the microphone here. It's so cool, dude. I can't believe I did it. I can't believe I just went out and said I'm going to fucking find somebody because my guy's not available. I really only called to share this moment with someone who's I can't believe it. I mean, we've done like all this building. We've been up and down. He got kicked out of it, yelled at. We got told to leave. There was like this guy who looked at there to shoot us. It was insane. So go people to Home Depot. Jack, I think a Home Depot guy can help you find Trump faster than any of us. That is all I got. I seriously, they would get it done.
Wait, did I hear you right? You found a guy at Home Depot to show you an abandoned building?
No. I hired him for like a couple hours of filming. Like so right now, he's like,
very
I'm
good.
Yeah, I mean, I went there, dude, and I was like, I'm also doing a short video where the concept is it that easy to go to Home Depot and just pick up somebody for work? And it was. They all came crawling to the car. I had to fight them all off. It's like a zombie movie. I was like, just one. And they're like, which one do you want? Which one do you want? I was like, I don't know how to pick. Like, well, here's the taste of you go.
I know your anxiety kicked in with everybody yelling at the same time. Pick me.
Vámonos. All right, that's all I got. I gotta go, but wild shit. This is a simulation.
All right, we're looking forward to it.
Hey,
Vámonos.
sorry to continue with that idea. I actually want to do a little promotion here. Peterson 2028. He and I, it looks like, will be collaborating some stuff in real life soon as well. Kind of like what he was talking about. We're going to meet up on Wednesday, New Year's Eve, it looks like.
You said what he's been talking about. I'm not sure I know Peterson 2028. What type of content does he do?
I don't know.
You hook it up to make something with this cat and you haven't looked into him. You don't even know what his skills are.
I think he's a young man who's got desire to do something and to do more. And I think he's done stuff with the Thorpes or that area. I think that might be how he found me.
Is that Planet Peterson?
Yeah.
Or is it different Peterson?
Oh, I know what Planet Peterson is.
Wait, no, not Planet Peterson.
Okay.
Younger guy, very nice. He swung through in the chat. He's building his own channel. He doesn't do a lot of panels, but he wants to do something in real life. So I'm up for an adventure, and in
Do
DC,
you guys have a plan? And you don't need. I go everywhere without a plan. You don't need one. I'm just curious. Did you guys talk about what you're gonna do when you hook up? Any clue? You're
well,
gonna be the top or the bottom?
it's New Year's Eve, and I might be misremembering some of the details, but it seems there's a Kwanzaa event at the Black History Museum, the Smithsonian.
Is he a brother? Please tell me he's not. Is he a black guy?
No, I don't think he
This
is.
is great. Two white cats check covering closet. This is great. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So
So,
New Year's Eve. This is great.
well, I don't know a lot of his details. Part of this, we're going to meet. We're going to have so far we've talked maybe 10 minutes, and then we're going to meet up on Wednesday. And if everything's right, we'll start a stream about a half hour before the event. And then we'll go into the event and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? This sounds like a rebound from the Landry thing. If you can.
So you sound like you're on a rebound.
It is. It is. Wait. No. Whoa. Whoa. No, dear Snow. You're a day off, I think. We've got a couple of days. Today's the 29th. So sorry, that took us off. We were talking.
Hey, Jack.
Yes.
So what if you guys ran on like a presidential campaign or something, the anti-rat race party, right? Because the fact is, stacking people on top of stacking on top of people on top of stacking on top of people is seemed to be kind of a failed concept and a failed system, right? If you just start putting people in these large cities and just congesting the whole thing and using automobiles to, kind of, get to work or whatever, like that rat race has been it worked, but now it's like we have other means. We should be going full bore with those other methods now, because like this stacking people on top of each other is just a recipe for disaster.
Well, yes. It's in so many ways. What you're describing, the stacking people, what comes to mind is the contracting, right? Where mankind has been on this path of self-destruction and this path of contraction, but that defies life. Life is about expansion, and expansion requires more space, not less space. But yeah, the society wants us all crammed in, packed on top of each other, policing each other, monitoring each other, telling on each other, right? That way the prison profits can keep continuing, the stock markets can keep growing, right? And the tech boys, they're just living lives like you and I aren't living lives. This fantasy of reality, it's time for us to collectively re-examine what we agree is reasonable. Hey guys, that might be a perfect segue. Can we re-examine what is reasonable? I've got 3 guests in the back that have been waiting patiently: Panel Waste Management, Snafu, and the Raven King. Any interest in
what is reasonable?
Right.
I think we're about to find out right now.
Well, let's see if we can cooperatively, collectively find a way to reasonably communicate with each other. And
that would require you sticking with it.
You've been
You're
patient.
you're already not living up to your TC butt rucking that you got. So I'm already winning on exposing your fake ass mod god home field advantage bullshit. And I came back, Jack, because you had to make it about you when I came up, and I forgot what I originally came up for. This country's not built on slavery. Sorry, Joe Cool. There's no cotton skyscrapers.
It's not a competition, you soft-ass female. It's not a competition, nigga. You ain't scoring points against Jack. It's not a competition, creep.
Oh, no. Out
you need my attention, nigga? You want my attention, nigga?
Is truth, faggot.
Blow
He
me.
wanted your attention, Joe. Desperately wanted your attention. I didn't realize how bad he wanted your attention. That was sweet.
Heck, I was just about to go get good, man. What the heck?
No, I don't
No,
want to fucking argue with dude. I'd rather keep the peaceful
All right,
shit,
all right.
man. Fuck that
absolutely.
square.
And what you said is right.
2 seconds on here. I scored a victory, Jack. You insecure fuck. You out there fucking Jack's up here living life, having fun with his friends. You over there. I gotta look good. I gotta score a victory. I win. It's fucking insecure reeks of insecurity, Thomas. Fuck.
Okay, Joe, yes, you see this. All right, but let's realize it is true. The anger and the aggression, it's hiding a deeper insecurity. That insecurity is the result of an unmet need, right? And I've said this before, this experience, what I actually think it is a bunch of lonely people. They're lonely for a reason because they can't fucking get along with people.
In
But-
real world.
Yeah, it's a bunch of lonely people trying to figure out how to connect. And I'm all right.
To a huge degree, I agree. And even if you're not lonely, this is still social. When I crave social settings, so with cats like Tommy, I might as well shit on him since he backstage for a little while. With cats like that, they feel less than. They don't feel complete, and they got to yell to the world and prove to the world that I am better than you think. That's all baggage in your head.
Oh,
You know, you don't have to live up to anyone's expectations and all of that shit, man.
but you know what? I heard this pointed out elsewhere and I looked at myself and it's true. Why does someone yell? They yell because they're
Attention.
feeling unheard. They're feeling
Yeah.
unheard,
Very good.
right?
Very good.
This is actually what our judgment will do. When we disagree with someone and we start judging each other, we create a distance between us. And then we start yelling at each other because we're feeling apart. We're feeling separated.
Unheard, like you said. Yeah.
You know?
Fucking hear me. We repeat the same shit. You didn't hear me the first 20 times. If I repeat it 20 more, maybe you'll hear it. We're in an insanity cycle at that point.
Oh, Joe, that's what it is. It is an insanity cycle. And to break the cycle, someone has to claim sanity, right?
Yeah,
Peace of
someone
mind.
has to be healed. Someone has to claim health in order to get out of that cycle. Otherwise, a bunch of broken motherfuckers will perpetuate a bunch of broken motherfuckers, right? I have no desire don't desire. I want Tom or anybody else in that position to feel whole and not feel they have to prove a thing every time they enter a room. They have to be a superstar or whatever weird shit's going on. I wish I could do a thing to help you heal and shit, but I'm unwilling to indulge in your fantasy, to play a role. In fact, I think that makes me, I forgot the word, when you help out a drug addict, that makes me one of those dudes.
Enabler.
Enabler, thank you. Yeah, I don't want to enable the sickness that we're talking about. And if I
love that.
pretend that you're grandiose or that you're smarter, and I'm not just talking about dude, or that people are less than you, or you have all the answers, whatever it is, I won't participate in your grandiose fantasy. In fact, I'm a little bit of a kid. I'm going to give you shit and try to, humble you a bit.
That's true. Just consistent in that for sure.
I love. Yes, we don't want to enable that behavior, right? But
Right.
the reality is, if we give each other support and a chance, this is what I'm actually disappointed. And Tom, I'm going to bring you back up. I appreciate your patience. I know you're frustrated with me. Okay. It's especially frustrating because yesterday on the stream and after the stream, I think it was both. Regardless, I spent time with Tom and it was actually pleasant and fun and it was peaceful. And then today it's changed again. I put him in the back and he didn't get to express himself fully. And So let's see if we can work through this.
Let's
Please.
do it.
Joe Cool, you started yelling first. You're as weak as back in the day when you'd let OTW put me in the back. And you'd
There's
say,
that
"Well,
insecurity
well,
again.
you just
Please.
got
You
to talk
let
about me.
OTW put me in the
Oh,
bag.
You just got
Why,
to talk
why,
about
why?
me,
I'm
and
not
now
your
you
woman. I'm
can't.
not your therapist. I don't want your
No, you're not
attention.
my therapist.
Get you some
I don't
fucking
need a
business.
therapist. Will you
Right.
shut your fucking mouth?
It was
No.
shut before you started saying my name because you need my attention, nigga, because
I
you're
don't
nothing
need
and
your
a
attention.
nobody and you're trying to hang
Now,
on to
if
some
you're gonna
relevance,
call
nigga,
me
that
an
you don't
addict,
have.
if
Try
you're
it
gonna
again,
call me
prick.
an addict,
All right,
No,
I'm sorry.
please.
I'm sorry. I'm
Please.
if
sorry.
you're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
call me an addict, then
Thank
then people like me have kept you afloat all your life as a team drug dealer.
Okay, please. Tom,
Now, what I was saying
Please.
is, even
Please.
back in the day, OTW would put me in the back and Joe Cool would go, I don't like to talk about Tom while he's not here, but he a racist nigga.
Okay, so what? Are
No,
you
he's
trying
false.
to get-
Well, Jack, you're
So
the
you're trying
king
to
of
get
false
back?
representation, and you
Tom.
enable false representers.
Calm down or you're gone. Simple as
You
that.
calm down.
Calm
You're
down.
not acting like you did on TC. That's why it's different.
You're attacking me. Calm down or you're
What?
gone.
Because I told you you're wrong that America is built on slavery?
Stop fighting me, please.
Stop being
fighting
wrong.
the show. Stop fighting the
So
world.
cool. Go watch last night's Truther Cop and you'll see a victory.
You were also different on Truth or Cop last night, Tommy.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I knew
Thank
Jack didn't have the mod god.
So you're acting worse because I do?
Mhm.
You're trying to provoke me. Yes, you're provoking me like a little toddler, you little devious
No,
son of
I keep kidding you.
No, like a
Joe
toddler.
Cool, you totally
That's like
flipped.
some
Joe Cool,
snafu
you are
shit.
a hypocrite with all your Christian woos, and then you don't stand on it.
I'm not a Christian, bro.
I know you're not.
Okay.
Tom.
And,
He's a
and whenever
better
you
Christian
tell
than
me,
you.
whenever you want to act like I don't know a thing, don't forget you came to my channel feeling inadequate when you saw how you used to ride Paul's dick. And I
Me?
even relieved you of that guilt. I was like, so cool. As long as you don't go
Why?
back to that bullshit,
Why?
you're good.
Tom, why are you you are looking for Joe's attention? What is
What?
it about Joe that
He
you
changed
want?
his energy a bit, though. I'm
Whoa,
not
whoa,
mad.
whoa.
Okay.
Are you saying I'm
Sorry.
here for, let me turn my phone up. Are you saying I'm only here for a, hold on.
No,
So
you're
Tom
good.
is taking the Paul role now.
Well, you're saying, fuck you, DeFreak. You're a fucking fat, fucking dumbass
You
looking
need to
at
calm it. Tom,
Tommy, come on, man.
Fuck you, DeFreak. You're a bitch.
hold on. Why?
Oh, you can call me a bitch? You can call me a bitch. I can't call DeFreak a bitch?
Why are you so angry?
Because I don't like you and I don't like your false fucking bullshit you sit here and talk.
What if you-
America was not built on slavery, and far less people even owned slaves than you realize, and far more slaves were white or other ethnicities than you realize. But you're a left-wing fucking non-history bullshitter. Now, once again, you're saying, why couldn't more people help get you to the White House? You ain't done shit. You only moved to the East Coast because you lost your house.
Tom,
Now, long ago, you and I allegedly agreed.
why don't you go have a lie down?
Long ago, you and I allegedly agreed that rather than saying, that's you, like a beta, we would just say the instance that was us. Oh, but you just deflect with it, right?
No. I
Yeah.
try to get you to see what you're doing. I try
Right.
to get
You
you to
won't be able to do that by citing
Stop.
the time that's me.
Tom, here and now. The option is chill the fuck out or go take a break, okay?
I'll chill out and still wreck you on your stupid bullshit and you'll still kick me.
Then you're not chilling out.
No, by chill out, you mean my tone, right?
Yeah, that's a big
I'll
part of
repeat all your shit and you'll still kick me.
it.
'Cause
Well,
you're wrong.
I'm not always wrong, and you're not
No.
always right. You're
Just
not
like
always
your daddy. Just like your daddy, I tell you when you're right, and just like not you guys, I admit when I'm wrong.
it's not accurate. Tell you what,
Yeah,
I'm
it is.
going to
Okay, cite the
bring
time I was
others
wrong.
back up.
Cite the time I was wrong that I didn't own up to it.
Oh, many times, but I don't want to
So
persecute.
one, faggot.
I'm bringing others up.
So there's men.
Golly, jeez. Holy cows. There we go. Let's start with that. Let's start with that. And Tarek has been in the back for a while.
God damn it, my sound keep going out. Well, I'll let you later if you can hear me, Jack. My sound keep
All right.
going out.
Good to go.
Good
Thank
to
you,
see
Joe.
Jack.
Tarek, sorry, had you in the back for a while.
Oh
Are you
no,
still
you're
there?
fine. You're fine, Jack. I mean, people have to be patient. Like Tommy is not patient, and I think this is Tommy's problem, Jack. Two things here. Tommy likes men, and he won't come out of the closet. And the
Oh,
second,
please.
yeah, I know he's like that. Yeah, he won't come out. And second, this is a loop that he does every day. Comes on here. He's making Christians look so bad since he wants to claim to be a Christian by the way he speaks to you or to Joe Cool or anybody. Sad, despicable, sad.
Yeah, he should consider that a little bit. You know, he must have been a fire and brimstone raised church, you know, because that's the vibes you get from him. Like, you know, it's his way or the highway. He'll say that about you, putting him in the back, but I mean, he was funny last night on Truth or the Cop. He was engaging with Paul last night on the show, and it was all good, but he has to come here and be like the anti-Jack. He doesn't like you, but he's here. It just, there's a lot of, I don't know, Tommy.
He's wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask. He's here. Jack knows he's here. He's here just to get clout, and he's here just to do that. That's all he's here for.
Well, actually, I kind of think Tommy's not a bad guy. He's
Well, I never said he's bad.
place. Well, there's a bigger picture to all of us. There's a bigger picture behind all of us, with all of us. And this bigger picture is what I call God, right? God brought us together. How we feel about what God brings together for us, well, that is up to each of us. And the reality is, someone was here, was that you, the freak? We were talking about it. The idea of people being concepts.
Right.
We each have concepts of who we are for ourselves, and everyone we encounter has in their mind a concept of who we are. So Tommy's view of me is quite different than my view of me, and I'm sure it goes the same way towards him. But if we slow down, we re-examine our reasoning, we overcome this us versus them, we recognize there is no us versus them. Tommy, there is no me versus you. There is not. When you stop fighting the reality that we're both here and now, and getting angry at me here and now is your problem. God, he's just, I got him. Yeah. What do you want to say?
Fuck you.
That's what I
You're
thought.
doing everything I told you yesterday. The only difference is this is what happens when you give a weak little dick power. Because on Truth or Cop,
Tommy, I was going to ask him a question.
If he's
all right, so I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just real brief. If he's your friend, why can't you help him? He won't allow it. He won't allow. It's like a wounded dog barking at people that want to try and help him. He's been kicked and bruised and he's angry and he thinks it's all my fault. Mine and Paul's. Sorry, go ahead, DeFreak.
Yeah, so, you know, there's a lot of joking on Jack last night on Truth or Cop, you know, and you handle it, you know, like a man, and a pro, whatever, it was fine. But it seems like Tommy can get along with Paul as long as they're making fun of Jack.
Yes.
Tommy accuses Paul of being your daddy, but he's coming up here trying to be your effing daddy. Like, come on, Tommy.
I know.
I mean, hello, what the hell is going on here?
Here, Tom, please calm down.
DeFreak, when he said there's a bigger future, I thought he meant you when you came up, you fat piece of shit. Now, Jack, I don't get along with Paul. I don't get along with Flow State. I tolerated them, and it gave me many clips to show their hypocrisy. Like whenever I'm going to cut in, whenever Andrew Wilson was going, Flow State sent me an email, please come to my show, please come to my show. I'm going to cut that right in.
Steven is your daddy now.
Shut your fat fucking mouth.
You're King Steven now.
Shut your fat fucking mouth and let me finish my thought. So I'm going to cut that Andrew Wilson thing in with actual Flow State on cam going, Tom, please come back. Please come back to my panel. Because it's how he is. He's a clout chaser. He's a content chaser. Jack, you're stuck now. How do I need help? Because you just said some bullshit like Trek. Trek's mad that I've got him dead to rights and he wants to go back to calling me a faggot.
Okay. All right.
No, that's not why I'm mad. I'm not
take a
mad.
breath.
Yeah, I'm
Here.
not mad.
I'm going to bring Ben up. Welcome
Jack.
back. How are you,
Hey,
brother?
hey, thanks for your forgiving attitude. I did want to just, if I, like, I know you said I don't need to apologize, but the root word apology just means explanation. So I want to explain, if you don't mind,
Please. Yeah.
what happened there. I don't know. Have you ever heard of a movie called The King of Comedy? It's a very famous movie from the 80s, maybe. Robert De Niro.
I don't remember seeing it, but I think I know what you mean.
It's like I think it's a Scorsese picture. But anyway, so the movie, I had watched this a couple days before we were talking, is about this guy. And I think you can see how this happened in my mind. This guy who's obsessed with, he wants to be a comedian, but he's kind of a nobody. But he goes to like a kind of Johnny Carson figure, right? So like, this is like the ultimate gate. Johnny Carson used to be like, if you get on Carson, like that's the thing. So this guy was obsessed with waiting around when this Johnny Carson figure, who was played by very famous guy, forget his name,
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis.
Hi, Jack.
You know, he'd come out to his limo at the end of the show, and he'd be one of a number of guys who were just like I have to talk to you. I have to talk to you. Once he got in the limo with him, and he said, okay, one of my people will talk to you. But in the end, they're like, give us a tape. And they actually reviewed the tape and they were like, okay, you have something here, but like, you need to go, work this on in smaller clubs and we'll come look at you. And he was like, no, I need to see like Jerry Lewis now. And he eventually killed the guy. So he was obsessed. Now, I'm not saying that's you, but you can see how I'm saying, like,
The appearance.
because I had just seen that movie,
The
and then I'm
appearance.
talking with you, and you just seem to go straight to, like, I need to meet Trump. And I acknowledge you never really have said, I have to talk to Trump, or Trump has to talk to me. You see what I was saying? I was saying, like, oh, I wonder if there's a little bit of that going on. And I was just curious. I wasn't trying to, like, say, like, hey, Jack's crazy or something like that. But anyways,
I appreciate
it is
that.
true. I'll tell you, I've had problems with the Catholic Church. I used to teach in a Catholic school, and I got in a lot of trouble, like maybe you did with the post office. Like, they didn't fire me, but like, I was like persona non grata. And it was interesting because I did at one point go to the diocese and the bishop's offices, and there was a guy who talked with me personally with no appointment. And what I told him, he was like, yeah, that's true. And he actually resigned like 2 days later. He resigned from his position because he was like, yeah, the bishop is wrong on this one. He didn't really say it, you know what I mean? But like 2 days after I talked to him, boom, he sends this letter. You know how these guys are. Thank you very much. I had a great time. But it's like me and another priest were putting a little pressure on him. So I agree with you that you sometimes would be surprised that if you just personally, show up, you can have. So I do agree with you on that sense. So I'm not one to say like you always have to do everything according to procedure. The Lord does provide often. But it never went any higher. The bishop never contacted me. And I just didn't want to deal with it, but I don't think I could get an audience with Pope Leo the 14th. Admittedly, but who knows? If I was in Rome,
Nope.
maybe.
Well, Ben, he's on my list too.
Yeah.
So, just so you know.
Same thing as Trump or different?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with I absolutely think you could have a great conversation with Trump, with Leo the 14th, but I'm just saying you would recognize that from a pragmatic point of view, but you're more of a mystic. I am too. From a pragmatic point of view, you'd say like start here and work your way up. That's all I was just saying.
Hey, yes.
But God can make things happen that are not pragmatic.
That is what I've learned to trust. And welcome to you, Landry. There was a feedback, so I muted you up when you came in. Feel free to jump in. But
I mean, yeah,
yes,
you muted me, but thanks for letting me on, Jack. It's good to see everyone. I'm a big fan of using the guy above me's face in random thumbnails. So thank you for letting me up.
do you use Ben?
Yeah, I sometimes because I have like a list. It's an app where there's like 25 people, and sometimes I don't know who to pick, so I just pick someone random that's like more notoriety than me, and I always throw him in. He looks really good in the thumbnail. It was like very stoic.
Grace has made some nice pictures of me.
You use my dad's pictures in your thumbnails to get clicks, even if it's not about
To get the ladies, of course, Grace.
Yes, it's to get the ladies. That's true. It's more to get him. I'm more so just saying like, hey, it's a lot of people they're always reaching for Andrew Wilson. I'm reaching for Ben. I'm like,
Exactly.
man, Andrew, get out of the way. Give me the real star.
Exactly. Thank you for recognizing that. Now, Jack, we wanted to introduce you to our friend. Apparently, Jeremy Peterson has been like in contact with you.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, I know we have some kooks that are around us, but he's a pretty solid guy.
Good.
He doesn't pull any punches. We have some people that I would say, like this guy's crazy, Jack. But like none that are dangerous. But like we have some people that you'd have to know. He's a solid guy. And also we did invite him and would invite you as well. We're going to be in Atlantic City at what's called Word War Debates on the 10th of January. Probably be there the 9th and the 11th as well. We were going to go down and pick up
Toilet Bowl
Earth, who's a sweetheart of a guy. But once Andrew Wilson dropped out of it, which he did, interestingly, the day after we said we were going. All right, now I'm not saying, but he just summarily, with no explanation, just dropped right out of it the day after we said we're coming down. But then Toilet Bowl also dropped out, so we're like, okay, so we'll just go down there. But then Jeremy was saying, we'd like to meet up. We've met up with him before. Grace has met up with him before.
Twice. 3 times.
Twice, that's right. Real nice guy. She was in a situation with him that wasn't really his fault, but he happens to live in the middle of the woods, and he was living in a half, like his parents were fixing up a place, so it didn't have doors. They had sheets where there should be doors.
Gotcha.
It's in the middle of nowhere, and she had just had a really bad experience of a guy who was really sexually aggressive with her, so he was supposed to be the like safety guy. I was like, thank you so much, Jeremy. He's like, come up here, I won't do anything. He got a little horny, as young men are wont to do, and she got a little freaked out, and then she bolted in the middle of the night from his place because it was so, there weren't people around. She felt a little like she didn't have any protection. She couldn't lock the door. Not his fault. He was totally a gentleman.
Hey, it's sorry to interrupt. It's funny you say that because I saw one of his recent lives, his New Beginnings one he did the other day, and he was talking about his new studio, how proud he was to actually have a bathroom and all these things. So what you're offering, what you're describing, makes more sense, puts it into more context.
Yeah, I recognize this too because I put my family often where we would buy a house and then be fixing it up while living in it, and it's it kind of makes a lot of sense because you don't have to pay, in a certain sense, you don't have to pay rent because it's your project, but it is.
No, I want to meet up with Jack and Jeremy in Baltimore before we go to Atlanta.
Oh, you want to go to Baltimore first? Okay.
Yeah, because I have a Christmas present for Jack that needs using, And I maintain that would be great content. I literally want to do that. Go
Grace,
up
can
to
you say
DC.
something in that? I've never heard it. Does it
I
work?
have to get it working, actually. I charge the batteries. I can't quite figure out how to put them inside the battery compartment, but we're working on that.
These Zoomer kids, Jack. I mean,
It's tough.
Dude, it's
you
amazing.
can't figure out
brand
how to
new,
put a
though.
battery in the battery compartment. Okay.
Dude, it's new. This stuff is
I think I
You
need
gotta-
to get D cell batteries because
D
this was the
batteries.
battery. This is the battery they gave me, but I don't see how this fits in.
Oh, yeah, that
here.
is
So
weird.
I don't really get it. But
That's one of those Chinese things. They didn't match it up.
that's not gonna work.
That's not going to work.
So
It's
I don't
it's
know.
not a Zoomer thing. It's an Amazon thing.
well.
this
That
looks like
would
it might
be-
have D cell batteries in it, but I don't think so.
yeah, clearly that is not made for that megaphone.
Megaphone
You could put that in a
lithium
laser
battery.
pointer. You could probably take down Air Force One.
It's got some juice in it.
Do what? Do what with it? To take down Air Force One?
Put it in a laser pointer.
What the hell are you talking about, DeFreak?
Chat is saying disassemble this.
Yeah.
Batteries are
We're
in
just kidding around. No one's making threats against the U.S.
Yeah.
government
No.
or its commander in chief.
Speak for yourself.
Oh. Well, no threats, but
Only love.
I do see the state of America, the government, it's in a sad state right now. And Donald Trump is evidence. He's just a piece of it.
Mhm.
But I do think, I mean, back to kind of the bigger idea of what I'm suggesting. I know how it sounds. Who am I to believe this? But it doesn't have to be me. I have so much faith in the ideas.
Mm.
The ideas that without secrecy, we wouldn't have as many enemies. Without as many enemies, we wouldn't need $1 trillion going towards the military defense budget again. You know,
Section
Yeah.
2.
I really find it interesting if you think about the theory of like having a spy unit, like a CIA or a Mossad or any of that stuff. It kind of doesn't make sense because it's a little bit like you're a creator, I'm a creator. We could have spies going to other creators' chats and infiltrating and trying to find out information, but that would only be helpful to us if we were doing something shady. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
tell the truth. I basically speak my mind. So what is it going to help me to know some inside information? It wouldn't. Only if you're up to something
True.
no good. You know what I mean?
well, Ben, that's the point. These systems that have been created, it's got everyone competing with each other. And as long as there's competition, you know, there's going to be some sabotage. But if we change the way we work together so that it's transparent, it's open, it's fair.
Yeah.
Contracts are open to negotiation. They're also open to
Right.
change, right? We'd be more realistic. We could create a world of prosperity where sharing is the norm.
But
instead
I
of-
think you can have a friendly competition. You know, so
Sure.
if you and me are both young men and we want to play a game of basketball
Mhm.
so that we both get a good amount of exercise, and it's not really about who wins, but that we both sharpen our skills, like that's fine. But if I try to put some poison in your Gatorade so I can beat you, that's where it goes off the rails, right? You know what I mean? Like it's like
Does it have to be that extreme to go off the
because
rails?
then you're gonna do it. Then you're gonna do it back to me, and we're gonna kill each other, right? I mean, that's like how it doesn't make any sense.
If
But
I
I'm
could
saying
real
that
quick.
the line is like anything sneaky.
Plus, the only
Once you
thing
start
is,
doing
if you have
sneaky
these
shit,
all these agents running around, you know, these quad agents, you never know exactly where their loyalty and their backstop is going to be.
yeah,
So
that's
it's an
true.
X factor there, and it's like
You're
it's
right, dude. Those
just
Asians are always running
structure.
around doing that.
Yeah, you're saying, well, if they do it, then we have to do it. But
That's
what if
in the
what if we
mindset.
say they're wasting their money too?
Yes, right.
and we
this
don't
is
need
what I
any
mean.
secrets.
Exactly. And Ben, this is what I mean. If I want to, it doesn't have to be me, but I really do think it's time for someone to pull Donald Trump aside and say, hey, Are you honest about wanting peace? If you're honest about wanting peace, what is preventing it from happening? And how do we overcome that excuse, right? And if he doesn't want peace on earth, if he's just been lying just to get his business deals and shit, well, you know what? Congratulations. You made a bunch of money. Get the hell out of position. We'll get someone else in the position who can do the job. And I don't think our buddy Vance is the one either. But hey,
No.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it
They're
out.
gonna make it him, dude. I swear to God, they're gonna make it him. But I agree. He's
But
not
I'm
supposed to do the
saying
job, and then we're gonna have to change the whole campaign.
Even like I've been in the business world, Jack, and let's say I had a little bit of a leg up. Like I used to run an Ethiopian restaurant. Let's say I had and they used to make this kind of bread that they could only hand make, right? And it was very laborious, time consuming. Grace's mother actually got carpal tunnel syndrome from it, and we got $20,000 from workers' comp because she was seriously disabled by it. But let's say you came up with a machine that you can make this bread. It was just as good quality. Okay, now I could say I want to keep the secret of that machine to myself so that I can make much more profit than these people who have to hire people to do it by hand. Okay, but wouldn't it be great if I shared the machine? I sold the machine. Maybe I have a patent on it. Okay, for a little while. I think that's reasonable. But like my machine should be the best machine. I invented it. I should keep perfecting it. If I get lazy and I just want to make money because like I can prevent people from, you know what I mean? Maybe it should just be an open patent. Anyone
Right.
can do it. And I should do better than them so that we can all innovate. We can save time and energy. We can have more beautiful Ethiopian food for everyone. Like, why not? You know?
That's the George Foreman model. You know, like that George Foreman grill went through like a couple of different, you know, upgrades. And for all those years, like he was selling that thing like hotcakes, right? So like, yeah.
But I mean, even maybe we just throw patents out and say like anyone can do anything. Why do we need this like thing? Like let's share it and let's honor people who make real contributions with awards and prestige
Ben,
instead of just money.
That's exactly what I'm suggesting. We could, rather than these nations and corporations and people, rather than everyone competing against each other, let's share the best practices. Right? You develop that technology, someone else may find a way to improve it, make it more efficient, more whatever, right? That's how knowledge happens. Mankind has retarded its development and its evolution by its own selfish design. Secret, keep people stupid.
Do you know what truth though about these patents and stuff? So the patent is supposed to reward the innovator, but usually the guy who gets the patent is not the innovator, but is the guy who is like second level, who's the businessman who didn't innovate. And usually the innovator gets screwed.
That's the way it's been. Because
gets like a tiny fraction and is told to shut up, has to sign something saying you have to shut up. Yeah. So it doesn't even work.
We have corrupted systems. And this question, Trump is talking about, there's people talking about awarding Trump the Nobel Peace Prize, but this is just more evidence of how corrupted this entire game is. Donald Trump is literally starting wars and people call him the president of peace. It's like, whoa, we're living in a backwards world.
And back when he didn't do any wars, nobody talked about it. Like they were like, you know, but now that it's so crazy that he won it. The first time around, he was less war than he is now, and he's winning it this time. It blows my mind. Shocking.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's relative. Biden is like a super war guy. So you could say he's better, but I agree with you. And you know what the Nobel Prize comes from? You know who Nobel was? He invented dynamite.
Yep.
So he felt bad because it was used to kill so many people that he's like, okay, let me undo it. And I give him props. At least he felt bad about it, you know.
Sweet.
You scared me, Grace, because I heard that going off.
Donald Trump, I'd like to make an announcement.
That scared the crap out of me. I thought it was in my rear view.
It does have this too.
I thought the cops were coming to get me. Did you?
Oh.
That's half volume, by the way.
Beautiful. Thank you.
That thing has aura. There's some kind of buzzing going on, Grace.
That's tree ends. That's not me.
Oh,
Yeah, come on,
Tarek-
tree ends,
Freaking
get
me
your
out.
shit together.
Tarek's got
So yeah.
some.
So I'm saying like January 7th, January 8th, we pull up in
Yeah.
DC or Baltimore. You can protest. You can talk to people on the street.
I don't know where a megaphone is illegal. You know, it might be illegal in certain places at certain times. I don't know.
There's enough radicals. I'll figure it out. Or I'll cross the line and I'll figure it out. Whatever. Doesn't
They're
matter.
usually pretty good there, the DC cops, aren't they? Like they kind of will warn you. We've been there a couple times.
They play along sometimes too. They're like, "Come on in, come on in."
Yeah, they're. We've been there. We've
And
been
Grace,
around
by the way,
mall a
it's
few
T
times.
Reigns.
I mean, I'm sure there's a sniper ready to kill you too, but like the guys on the ground are usually pretty.
like
You know, if it
Toombs
gets
better,
crazy,
but-
especially because we have a big RV, so I'm sure they're keeping an eye on us. But
I'm gonna start
yeah,
putting
so
up
Jeremy
slogans.
is a young. He's not that young, but he's like 35, right, Grace?
Yeah.
He hasn't had a girlfriend for like 9 years. That's what he's famous for. So
Is his last name Peterson?
Peterson, SEN, which is Scandinavian.
So that's the same guy Jack's talking to.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because he's known us for a couple of, maybe 3 years. So he's kind of wants to be a comedy guy. But I think he's more of an MC type of guy who other comedian, like he's very self-deprecating, you know, not really very funny, like in an overt way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you always need the straight man, so he's not really like a one-liner hilarious guy.
No.
But you know, you don't want the MC to be funnier than the comics, right? So it's like, so he'd be that kind of guy, but it's hard to do on the internet.
Wait, but I'm just saying that could be a great day or two if we do like protesting in DC and then we find some kind of like a open mic night and Jeremy does that later on in the day.
He may be even able to get John
Yeah.
Galt.
That's a
Jack.
whole day and a half.
John
now,
Galt
what
is
is
the
Ben and
greatest-
Grace
Grace
need to
the
be
hard
updated,
drive?
I think, on the lore here. This
Wait,
might
what?
be a conflict of interest if this Jack's part of he's the organizing director of the Guild of Directors in the Panelverse. So he has a kind of, we have to discuss this any meetings in real life with the Guild.
Hey,
You
can
guys may be able to join if you'd like.
Can
but-
you get in contact with Pizer to get him to get Grace the hard drive, or what are we doing with that?
Jack, are you owned? Are you bitch made?
Are
Are you
Government
bought and
sponsored.
paid
Mossad
for?
agent?
Are you bought and paid for?
Have you not heard Pogo?
There's many who like to think they control me. I mean, hell, Snafu just the other day, he said the best way for him and I to get along is for me to submit to him.
He told me the same thing, dude, last week. He said, just put on the stripes. Why wouldn't you want to put on the stripes?
Landry, don't worry about Snafu. Snafu's getting summoned very soon to court by Access.
Believe me, I
Wait,
never
Dad, what were
worried
you
about
saying?
him.
What were you
I
saying about
under-
I mean,
John
that
Galt?
probably is literally true,
I don't know.
but like that doesn't mean you should do it. But like he's probably, that would be probably the easiest way. Now John Galt is a guy.
I think
I'm
you
just saying
should do it.
technically-
You should submit to him, Ben.
to Snafu Snaps.
Yes, you should. Go ahead and let him snap you into his corner.
I've never really had a problem with him, and he claims to have helped us out in back room kind of
Oh,
ways
so you're
when
already
we had
wearing the
trouble.
stripes.
When we had trouble with this big creator named Keemstar. And so I don't know whether that's true or whether he was just, you know,
He actually wiped your
Taking-
memory clean, so you don't
what's the
remember.
word?
But I was there.
Taking credit where he didn't do anything. I don't know, but certainly if he did anything,
He
I
claimed
was certainly,
he-
we would not
Yeah.
have been able to survive on the internet if we didn't get, you know, kind of have certain things happen in the back rooms that we couldn't have expected.
I
That
will
was
give
their fault.
Snafu. I will give Snafu credit for this.
6 months, right?
Snafu Snaps really never went after Grace and I.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
he's
For
not totally
the
useless.
I think he
situation.
vetted us a little bit, but then I think he
actually
said
remember
we
he
were
did that very
predators or
recently.
something.
Like with the whole fight thing that happened. I remember that. He was on OTWs, like tripping out about
I
you
will.
guys.
I will give Snafu this credit. I got banned on. I got. What do they call it? Not paused. Temporarily banned on Kick for 1,000 years. several months
That's
ago.
a long time.
That's a long temporary ban.
Mhm.
And I emailed them and I said, please reconsider this ban, because they have a much more personal system than YouTube does. And I got a response saying, like, no, this is the final decision. I'm sorry. Then maybe an hour later, Snafu comes in chat and goes like, Grace, we got you. Don't worry about it. The crew. Then an hour later, I get an email from Kick saying, sorry that we didn't mean that email. We're going to take a look at your
that is how it
case
happens.
and
Yeah.
reconsider. And I only got a 2-week temporary ban. So
This is the
Yeah.
first
So
testimony I've
Snafu
ever
does
heard.
work for
I will
the
give him that.
big
I
boy.
don't know what he did.
No,
But
Grace. Do you know why that happened? I hate to interrupt, but do you know why that happened?
No.
I don't.
Okay, you know Snafu's involved with Snow, right?
I don't
And they're
know who
both.
that is.
Huh?
Well, okay, if you don't know what that is, Snafu's. I wouldn't say. Okay, let's just say rumors, even though it's not. He is working with certain people, agencies.
He says that.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
no,
vaguely
I
aware.
believe
Well,
Jared
he
says
says
about like
groups of people.
informants and all that.
Okay. So
So
let's
yeah,
so
well,
let's
he's
give
connected
credit.
to certain people on the internet that will be able to do that, and Snow's one of them. Snow's doing it.
Well,
Oh.
hey,
Well, it worked
whatever.
for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a testimony on his behalf. He's not a complete asshat. He's got some redeeming qualities.
Hey,
Good for him.
so this is the Browns boy like point, right? But just we get lumped into it on accident just by association.
Yeah.
No, Landry, I agree with you. This is not I'm not Bronze Boy at all. Snafu's been
No,
on
I
record.
know.
I'll show you the records. He's
But I'm
on
just
there.
saying what you're saying. If you're saying something that's true, Browns boy gets it in, but then I get involved in the story. Jack's involved in the story. Truth or Cop
Oh
now
no,
playing into
yeah,
it.
Yep.
yeah. Bronze Boy's out of control with it. Yeah,
I
he
know, dude.
is. But
He
Yeah.
he's
Speaking of
definitely.
Browns boy, he is the casting director of the Guild of Directors. All right, Jack, what do you think about Ben and Grace and Landry here joining the guild? I mean, as the organizing director, we can't make any official decisions. This
I
isn't
opt
an
out.
official meeting.
I tried
Well,
to work with all you
I was
guys.
gonna opt you out because you haven't been in the Panelverse long enough. So
Well, thank God, right?
it's all
Because
right.
hopefully we can,
I'm glad you made it easy on yourself, I guess.
That
I agree.
term guild is a really powerful term. Medieval guilds were really, really great. And it is true that streamers should form guilds. Not unions, but guilds.
Hey, Tarek, if Snafu was working with Snow and that she even benefited the Thorpes, wouldn't that technically be that he actually did help the Thorpes a little bit, or?
yeah, no, I agree he did. But there's always an angle to Snafu. He doesn't do it for no reason. I
That's
promise.
true.
Well, he never asked
Definitely
anything of
true.
us.
He didn't. That's true.
No, he doesn't have to ask you. I promise. He doesn't. And let me tell you what he'll probably need, right? If he got to talk every channel, he only had OTW to bring him up, and you guys were able to bring him up. It brings him attention, so it brings him back
I
on
see.
that.
Wait, I have a
that.
question though. Wait, if Browns boy is the only active member in the entire Discord that I ever see in the Snafu crew Discord, how is he not like complaining about Snafu?
Yeah, because he's working with them.
Projecting. Okay, projection. I got you. Thank you.
Well,
Working
Jack, let
with
me
do
I,
what?
like before it gets taken. Jeremy is currently with another guy who I've always thought is a terrific streamer named John Galt. Have you ever heard of him? Black
heard
guy.
the
He
name.
has a voice I think very similar to Michael Jordan. He's kind of a very likable figure, and I don't mean to be racial about this, but there's a certain older black man who immediately people trust and like. You know, like Morgan Freeman, that kind of figure. And he's a conservative older black man, and yet he's very real. He lives in like some of the rougher parts of DC, and I know you live in some of the rougher parts of Baltimore, and he wants to do a lot of content saying like, you know, like what the experience is as a black landlord with black tenants, you know, and it's an interesting idea because a lot of us on the outside are like, I have no idea what that's like, but I'm sure it's super crazy. And he's like, you know, people are people, but it is a little different, and you know, it's interesting. So he might want to do some content up there in Baltimore. When you say, Grace? Because
Absolutely.
he's kind of the white man's I don't know what you say, like he kind of
Wait,
like
is-
sees it as kind of like a show that he has an inside ticket to, like how inner city black neighborhoods work. You know
Wait
what I
a
mean?
second. So John Galt is in DC. That's where
Galt is
Jeremy
in DC, but that's right next to
Baltimore
Baltimore. It's not
is
far.
south?
North. A little north.
I
North.
mean, they're basically one city.
Yeah, it all
Okay.
blends
I
together.
mean, it's
Okay.
I'm told it's called the DMV here, the DC, Maryland, Virginia, like
the
triangle.
triangle, right? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Jeremy told me he wants to take you to the Kwanzaa 2025 Fest,
Okay, that would be really fun.
DMV.
December 31st.
But also, Jack, it is helpful to have access in DC to be with I hate to say it, but a minority who's lives in DC, because Donald Trump also was kind of the mayor of DC as well as the president of the United States. You know what I mean? He's because it's directly federally controlled. He's not literally the mayor, but he's like the governor, because there is no governor of DC, right? So in a certain sense, it's like his backyard. It's like the Rome for the Pope. It's like his backyard. So
Do they have Home Depots in
that
DC?
might be helpful. And John's a very smooth talking guy. I would say, wouldn't you, Grace? He's a very charming guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
So like,
he's lived in the area forever.
yeah, and
He's
they'll
very
give. I think they'll
comfortable.
hassle you less if you're with. I hate to say it, but it's politics. If you're with a black guy, they're not going to want to tackle you as quickly as if you're just.
He would
like
also be
white
helpful
guys.
for the protesting stuff, because he'd probably know which streets you can use a megaphone on, which ones you can't. I know there's like Secret Service there and everything. There's some places where you have a permit, whatever.
Yeah.
So, is there a plan that I guess I missed the backstory? Is there an active protest plan going on, Jack, that I don't know about? That you're working on?
Not yet. I mean, there's constantly stuff going on in DC, but what Grace said, what Jeremy and I currently have planned is New Year's Eve. There's a Kwanzaa holiday celebration at the Smithsonian Black History Museum, something like that. And it's been a while since I've looked at Kwanzaa too. I don't remember it. It seems there is an African tradition to it, or a connection from what I
So
I thought
you're
remember.
that
going to
was
go meet
African
them in
Christmas.
DC. You're going to meet
What's
them in
that?
DC.
Yep. Yeah. So
All right,
it's going to be, and John Galt. It seems I learned of him around last year, right? Around the NPC awards. I might have discovered him through that. And I think I tried joining one of his streams, or a couple of them, a while back, but I didn't know he was from the area.
See, Jack, this is where we get into, you need like $500 per appearance. You don't need to be putting yourself out there like a cheap whore. You need $500 for your appearance with John Galt. You're not like out. He needs to talk to you. You don't need to talk to him. This is why we have the guild. This is why we do things through the union, or the guild. Sorry. Okay. These are discussions
God,
that
they
we
already
need to
got a
have in an
union.
organizing meeting. Okay.
Jack has experience with this. It's true. There are benefits to grouping up.
Yes,
I
there are.
absolutely agree with that. I've said that from early on. It keeps monopolies from happening. It keeps cults from happening.
Keep people accountable.
Yeah, have standards that people have to meet.
It can.
We were just watching this guy Clavicular, who's like one of these kids who's new to the whole thing, and he's got a lot of views. He just, I think, staged killing someone on his stream, running someone over with his car. And we want to say like, we don't want that. You know what I mean? Because that puts the police in a terrible situation. Where it looks like they're not doing their job.
Right.
Eventually streamers are going to get banned from streaming. They're going to say no streaming
We
allowed in
could
public.
fake.
and
We
don't
could
want
fake the
Exactly.
assassination of Jack. We could.
there
fake
was
that.
there was a famous guy near us
Fuck
named
you,
Sam
Landry.
Hyde. He used to get his people to get the news organization whenever there was some shocking thing to put him as a suspected killer. They would send in the news organizations were not vetting carefully, and they would show him a lot of times, and they'd see that as a win. I think that's kind of funny, just to expose how news organizations are so poorly done. So that he was doing them a service, but can get dicey with that.
Would you believe me if I told you that the license plate in front of me said CUM 666? I'm sorry that interrupted the conversation, but I don't believe it.
I believe it.
I ain't
Science.
gonna believe it. I ain't gonna believe it unless I see it.
It's all right. Tom, welcome back. And
Well, to fill Ben in, that was the legendary Sam Hyde you're referencing, and
Yeah.
it was just for mass bang bangers. His fans would call in, send his picture, say it was him, and I think that's cool because they'd never actually find him to have done it, and
Right,
so if
right.
he got surrounded by police, he wouldn't have put up a fight or anything.
Right.
But Jack, I actually am inner city. I actually do know black people. I lost my channel because of being the Dave Chappelle guy, like that one white guy in a group of black guys. Kwanzaa is not a thing. Black people will tell you that. It's a scam.
Great. I don't care. I'm going to go learn about it, and I'm going to have fun with it.
You learn all about like ridiculous nonsense things.
Yeah, I bring you up. Ridiculous.
Great quality.
Well, even a fake thing is a thing. In
Always
so far
bringing
as
the
it's a
bangers.
fake, you know.
Yeah.
And
I
your
mean, it was made
audio-
in the 1960s, and it's not religious.
Hanukkah's largely not
Yeah,
a real
that's right.
thing. It's just a way for Jewish kids to feel
Yeah.
like they're doing something at Christmas time. I mean, it is a holiday, but it's a minor holiday.
Yeah, it's in the Torah because it was the 8 days that the oil lasted for the candles.
But Hanukkah Jack is a fake version of Santa Claus. Isn't it called Hanukkah Jack?
Is it really? I don't know. I've never.
They
heard
tried
that.
at one point to make up like a Santa Claus,
Hanukkah
Jewish
Jack.
Santa Claus. I
No
think.
way, that's real. Hanukkah,
I think so, yeah.
That'd be
They called
awesome.
him Santa Schnoz.
That'd be
Hanukkah
awesome.
Jack.
A great one, Landry.
What a fucking beta.
I agree.
Yes, you are, Tom.
Hanukkah
You're-
Harry.
Hanukkah
But the
Harry.
fact
That's on
is-
SNL though. No, I don't.
The
I don't
fact
see
is
anything.
that there is factual history behind Hanukkah, and it
Thank
is
you.
based off of Torah teachings.
Yeah, it's not fake. It's just exaggerated, I think, because
I think it was racist of Illumitami to suggest that Kwanzaa and Hanukkah aren't real holidays. We should ban them from the panel.
Hanukkah's
Yeah,
real.
Say
Truther Cup, you always got someone to police. You are a cop, huh, Truther?
No.
No, this audio sucks. Tom.
So does the show, faggot.
All right, perfect. Golly, jeez, dude. I could tolerate bad audio, bad attitude, but not both from the same friggin' square. Tom, seriously.
So, Jack,
I love
you haven't-
brother, but-
Yeah.
huh?
Sorry.
Go ahead, please.
You haven't had Jeremy up on panel yet. Like you haven't even talked to him. How did he get in touch with you? Just comment section or?
Saw him in the comments. He went ahead and sent me an email, and we talked briefly, and I'm excited. I really am, because I've been looking for connections, and honestly, I would love to have a human being with me to go explore DC more. And so this could be just a perfect.
Excuse me.
both him and
Yeah,
John Gold
Landry.
are rock solid guys. They're not crazy in any way. Nice
Amazing.
guys, smooth, like no problem. I wouldn't get in, like, if I was a woman. I think, Jeremy is like, I wouldn't maybe suggest spending the night with him in a hotel room. He's a young guy, but for you, I think you're fine. John also totally great, solid guys. He might show you something in his places. John's a landlord both in DC and New York, so it depends on where he is, because he splits his time. But you may even end up having a situation that works for you, because he's got places, and obviously everyone needs a place to stay, and you'd be closer to the center of power in DC.
No
but
kidding.
who knows?
You know
I
what?
think he's letting
Anything-
Jeremy stay with him for like doing a little bit of repair work.
Very cool.
So
That is honestly that is an example of mutual exchange.
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Mutual exchange is easy to accomplish when people
Yeah.
are honest and fair with each other. And that is actually how we can make this world change very quickly.
And you avoid taxes and all the, all that stuff. I mean, technically, you're not supposed to do that, but like, as long as
there's no law against bartering.
There's no law against like
bartering,
paying someone. Really, like if you do some work, I'll cut down your rent. There's no law against it.
No,
you don't have to report that as rent.
No, I mean it can go on your rent as the landlord accepts it as a part of the rent for your service. I could barter a gun right now against a basket of laundry.
And no one has to pay sales tax. Technically, don't they?
No, it's just a mutual exchange.
Melody,
it's not a cash transaction.
Girl. How are you?
So what I'm saying, access, like I actually don't understand this. If I go to a store and I go, I'll clean your bathroom instead of paying for like these 10 items, and then we can keep it off the books. That's fine? No one has to pay sales tax?
It happens at McDonald's quite a bit with the homeless that come in and ask for food.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
Is that where you work?
Tommy can tell you that. I mean, any homeless person can tell you.
I always thought you had to call that like payment in kind and pay taxes as if
not if it's a mutual exchange.
Okay.
Not if it's a mutual exchange.
Beautiful. So perfect. And Jack, I also say, what a beautiful example. Jeremy's from Seattle. How would he have ever met a black landlord in DC? You know what I mean? Back in the day, right? Except they knew each other on the internet, and it worked out for them so far that they actually met up in public. Yeah, both had things they could offer each other. And I agree. Then we don't even have to participate in the economy.
Amen, dude. How about it?
And let them let the billionaires keep all the money. We don't need money if we share, right?
No, and barterism was the main.
Then you get into John Galt's problem, which is that he has a black squatter who broke a toilet in one of his apartments, which he has recruited Jeremy to help him get rid of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tribalism used barter before there was ever any type of coinage. I mean, the barter system worked for thousands of years amongst native tribes from distances that had resources that they could barter. There was no money involved.
Essentially, a family works that way, right? Like a wife generally isn't paid for her labor, but she
right. That's
goods,
why I
right?
believe in tribalism. You know, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd rather buy something from Amazon than barter with you. No offense, like.
I wouldn't.
Axis Rebel. I remember him.
You know what barter was great for? Barter was great for when snake oil salesman sold snake oil to people and told them it wasn't snake oil. That's when barter.
Bullshit.
No, that was a financial exchange.
Barter is a fair trade, as Axel was talking about, between two private men. Nobody else's fucking business. No taxes.
So how do I get justice? Let's say I barter for some snake oil. How do I get my money back?
You don't barter with snake oil salesmen. You fucking learn the sense.
So
Melania could barter her genitals because she doesn't want them. So someone who wants
snake oil. Wait.
Ben,
I want to clarify something.
That's a career for you, dude. You need to be helping the people sell it, dude.
Holy fuck! So, are you saying that under barter, snake oil salesmen can't exist?
No, I'm saying you can barter the snake oil.
What I'm saying is,
so you magically know who the
what I'm saying
every time.
Right? Okay, cool.
Right.
So you
what I'm saying,
people can scam with money or barter. It's scam is a scam, but it's no.
Can we do one at a time talks, please?
So I recognize that you can be scammed with money, but I can also get my money back if I'm scammed.
Yeah, sometimes.
Not always. You know. I'm not sure where this conversation was going, but the idea of money, it's a tool. It's a tool for convenience that has become a tool for control.
Yes.
And the only reason it has control is because we've collectively become attached to the convenience.
Right.
But it is more difficult to fairly barter, fairly exchange with people when you don't use that one tool, right?
Yeah.
But we can do it.
Absolutely.
That's true, Jack. I
Absolutely.
believe that.
Yes, there is more than one way of doing things. The problem is people are getting conditioned to doing it just the one way.
Yeah.
And that you cannot allow that.
Oh, well, please. The title and topic today, Reexamining Reasoning. There is a reason our government is the way it is. There is a reason our economy is the way that it is today. But if we examine the logic and the reasoning and realize that just because we have this thing this way today doesn't mean it's the best for us. And if we can recognize that these systems of government and economic are not actually as good for us as we like to think, we'll change it. And as soon as we agree to change it, guess what? It changes.
Jack, why was the government made?
Why?
Yeah.
Oh.
Particularly democratic governments, right?
There's many variables involved in everything.
Well, that's why I did specify democratic governments. Why were democratic governments made?
Well,
to control the demon class of people who can't control themselves.
That's a stupid answer. No, it was to have government that by the people run for the people, right? That's the idea of democracy.
That's the republic.
Under a republic.
That's the story. Yes. Well,
do you have any reason to disagree with it?
Because of the design. The design is not actually necessarily for that. If it was served, if the system was served by honest people of ethics and morals, yes, it would be a government for the people, by the people, of the people, but it is not anymore.
So the design is people voting for representatives who represent them as a people. You don't think that that's a design that would give people power in government?
No, it's the illusion of power because we have illusions of accountability. We've got layers of bureaucracy that protect those within the system.
Interesting.
So
Jack, also
what kind of which government would you have more power in?
Melania, be quiet for a minute.
I'm trying to talk to Jack right now.
Be a good woman, Mel, and shut your mouth.
Hold on.
I know you can't shut your mouth for 5 minutes unless someone pays for it. And I know you can't shut your mouth for 5 minutes.
Hey Mel, you want to you want to be a woman, right? Get used to being
talked over by a man. Just because you're transgender doesn't mean you get to get the microphone always. I'm just making a point, quick point, and that is that the founding fathers said this system will only work if the population is virtuous also.
Yeah.
You can't just have a population that wants to do whatever it wants, has no concern for anything, and that think this system is going to somehow make them virtuous. Such as, for example, the issue that you have, which is you're not sure whether you're male or female. Maybe we need to figure that out.
I didn't think so.
And not have the government get involved.
See, you're just getting offended that I made a good point, which is that you have more control under a democratic government than an authoritarian one where that power is concentrated into a single person. The idea of creating a democratic government is to give people more control than they would have under autocracy.
Right. Sure. But it's broken. The systems are broken. It's up to the people to fix it. Now, we can go to the persons who are employed and have taken oaths to serve the public, and I actually think that's the way to fix the broken systems, is by the people who are being paid paychecks, right? These people are employees.
Well, I think it's more along the lines of people that are getting paid for being liars. Saying they're going to do something and then not following through with it. And along with that, the Democratic vote that we have today is more popularized by nepotism and cronyism than it is by virtue.
So how
let me ask you a question about
how are people paid for
when
lying?
You're talking about
I don't understand what you're saying.
Hold
what
on,
you're saying did not make sense.
Hold on.
What he said was politically illiterate.
What
he said was politically illiterate. That's not how politicians get paid.
When you're talking about
that's not how politicians get paid, Pero.
Oh my God.
How exactly?
Shut the fuck up.
Calm down.
When you're talking about barter, you're actually talking about not necessarily changing the system, but kind of dropping out of the system and saying, like, keep your money.
Bingo. Validating yourself and your own self-worth rather than depending upon somebody else's system of fiat currency saying it's valued at this. No, I get to value the worth of that silver coin over here, no matter what your value is.
No, you don't. You don't
Yes,
get to
I
value
do.
it.
Yes, I do.
If you go to a gold dealer,
that's
and
if
you,
I'm dealing with a gold dealer, but independently between another man,
He's saying you come up with a kind of personal exchange. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
you
but
can
if you
use,
walk out of the
oysters.
system,
You don't even need silver coins. You can use anything. You can make something up as a means of exchange. You could just use like the Indians used wampum, right? You
but
create wampum.
You used to do that in communities.
It is
have
legal.
done that.
It is legal to do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Jack,
all you got to
I'll
do
address
is
this to you, and that way maybe if I address this to you, you'll come across with what I'm trying to say. Even in the Constitution, it says when the government is broken, that's when the people have to form militias to bring it back into line.
Great. Is that
brutal?
Dude, you interrupted me to a complete segue that's not connected. But you know what? Let's run with it. Yes, it's time. The system is broken. It is our duty as people. It's our duty to correct what is broken. Right?
Can't be done. I say drop out of it. Create a society within a society. Let the old society die out.
Please stop. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that. Go run away. Go put your head in the sand. Pretend like this doesn't affect others. I want to bring Melanie back up. Okay, because the question that was trying to get from Little Lippy was the challenge that these politicians are being paid to lie. Okay, and I think
Melanie can be very good. Melanie can be very good. I'm not trying to say, she just sometimes needs to like stop. But yeah,
you too, you as well.
True. Okay? That's true. That's true. It's fun. It's fun sometimes. You know what I mean? It's better to have an interested panel than a bored panel, right? But go ahead, Melanie. Sorry.
Yes.
All right, Jack. I don't know if you saw what I said in the side chat, but you can disregard it because you've made me change my mind and prove me wrong. Pero, you said that politicians are paid for lying or being wrong. Can you refresh my memory on that?
I said lying.
Okay. Can you explain exactly how the money winds up in their pockets from lying? Because I have a different understanding of how politicians can be.
You know, you have a dual party system that both fight for the same thing. Control of the people and the masses so that they favor them for a vote. I've never once voted. Why? Because I know another man doesn't have authority over me and my decisions. If people think...
Yeah, I'm not understanding how, like, if I'm a politician, right, and I say a lie...
I was a politician. I can explain it to you.
Okay,
I was a councilman at large.
I'm a senator. Here, let me just lay
No, I was an actual...
Let me lay out the thought experiment first.
And I tell you how we done it.
Let me lay out the thought experiment and you can explain it within the framework of it. If I'm a senator, right, and I go to the Senate floor and I say a lie, who pays me?
You're receiving a paycheck. You're receiving a paycheck from the United States government, which is allegedly paid by the taxes of the taxpayers. So not only are you receiving a paycheck from the position, but then there's also ways where these people in position are profiting from side business deals, right?
So that's being paid to be a politician, though. Am I being paid more for lying?
Well, possibly, because that's where this Citizens United and the legal speech of corporations and the flood of lobbyists who seek the attention of our legislators. See, they convince them to do not what's right for the people, but to do what's right for themselves, right? So they can get rewarded. And we've got
lobbyists.
So rewards.
Lobbyists.
Well, before
lobbying.
It's not only they're lying; they're also being paid to keep secrets. They're also not telling the whole truth. They're not being fully disclosive about what they're seeing. So it goes both ways. It's not just a lie, perhaps. It's also secrets.
So this I can agree a bit with more, but the problem is like, again, just because you have a lobbyist paying you doesn't mean that you have to lie, right? Like not a lobbyist needs you to lie. So again, I don't like how exactly does lying, saying a known something that I know to be incorrect, but I want to convince other people is correct. How does that get me specifically paid?
Well,
No.
I can.
Hold on.
Like I said, I can easily explain it.
Please,
All right,
please do.
Jack.
Hey, can you guys stop
that's it.
pissing Jack off? This is Jack
No,
talking.
please.
I was going to explain it, but fuck it. Jack, thanks for having me. Goodbye.
Axis, no, Axis, please.
I like
Take a breath.
Axis. I like Axis.
Take a
Stay
breath.
Axis.
He's being a
All
pussy
right.
tonight, guys. Just let him.
He wanted to offer what he has experienced.
He might be mad at me. But what's new?
It's these crowded panels. They get a little frustrating. I've been there too, man. I've been there too.
You got to make space for yourself.
But can I tell you?
Yeah, but
not
making
everything
space
that-
doesn't mean talking over everybody because you think it's your platform.
Did you not just talk over Ben to say that?
Yes.
No,
he did.
that's fine. No. Melanie, we're here for people who lack social skills like you. We'll help you, but you have to also be receptive.
Praise
And
God, man.
I'm, as Jack pointed out, I'm probably more guilty than most
For lacking social skills?
Yeah, well, I mean, social skills on the internet's tricky, right? You want to be fun, you want to make it lively.
Well, we all know you don't have them IRL, right? So
Well,
Ben
Melanie,
actually has pretty
do we
good
wanna go
social
into,
skills.
Like who's lacking
that's why
what?
he's living in a van.
You're not
doesn't
even
have a
sure if
job.
you're male.
That's why he doesn't have a job.
He has pretty
Melanie,
good social
see,
skills.
the personal attacks on me, like I tried to riz you and tried to ask, like maybe
Yeah, it
we
was
could be
gross.
sexual
Yeah,
partners.
that was called gross.
And like, you know,
That's
so I
just-
mean, I think
that's not a good
lot.
thing, that's a
I'm a
negative.
guy. I'm
the other
straight.
person is Mel has a humiliation kink, so being nice is it's all inverted.
Because the ego
I think me and Mel
mania.
could be good
You literally
friends.
can't stop having gossip
Shut up, Melanie, you
content
filthy
because that's the best
cockslut.
you can do. Like literally the
I'm
best you
trying to
can do
convince her to be a
Flow State
gay
is gossip
bottom, not a
content, bro.
transgender. Gay bottoms can be great.
I mean, Ben's trying to accept your perspective here, Mel, and like he's steel manning your perspective. I don't know, like
Yeah, I'm
what
saying
the
keep
problem
your
is.
penis and
Oh, I don't
balls.
need Ben
Like
to do
those
anything.
are good
If any-
things.
The further Ben stays away from me, the more I like him.
Mel's might not be.
But you
though.
came up on the panel with Ben already up here. I agree in general, Mel, with that.
I'm here to talk
Stay
to
away
Jack.
from me, Ben, but I did come up here when he was up here. I
We
mean.
once had a transgender woman. She was kind of pretty, honestly. I was kind of like, at first, I didn't know. She had made her testicles into earrings. Honest to God.
Shut the fuck up.
Honest to God. Right, Grace?
And if she wanted
about-
to.
Oh, she wanted
She
to.
hadn't done it all the way yet.
I was gonna say I don't think they let you
Yeah,
take them home.
I feel like someone would say that just to
No,
like.
no, they do.
Like
Oh, yeah, they do.
It's
They
your
do?
body.
Yours.
Oh,
It's
yes,
your
they
body.
do. Yep.
Do you ever wake up and think like, wow, my transphobia makes me really easy to be psyoped?
No.
No.
Oh,
Hey,
okay,
Melanie,
that's-
here's a
how
newsflash.
convenient. How
Everyone's
convenient.
transphobic.
How
Everyone's
convenient.
transphobic.
I'm not transphobic. I'm not afraid of people that say they're male when they're female or female when they're. That's
Right.
lying.
I
Why
am.
would I be afraid of a liar?
Well, you're a
actions
little
speak
bit
louder than
averse to
words.
it. It's a little like
Well, actions
phobia
speak
can
louder
mean
than
just
words.
like certain things are hydrophobic. Like oil is hydrophobic. It doesn't mean oil fears water. It just means it stays away. And we're all a little transphobic.
Yeah, I'm
Obviously, if you
benphobic.
see a man with a beard and a dress on, it makes us a little bit. You know.
Actually, no, I'm Thorpe phobic overall. I'm phobic of the Thorpes.
You came on the panel because I asked you to, so.
No, I came on the panel because I like
Thorpophilia
talking to Jack, and
exposed.
It's one of the rare nights that I actually have some
so
free
it just
time.
happened to be.
And can we
No, Jack,
acknowledge
Jack.
the deeper issue
Yeah, I've been
between
busy.
quote unquote transphobia, which is like mutilating genitals? I mean, like maybe people have
No,
more of a
it's
fear
not
of that
actually.
than anything.
Wait, do you think getting knee surgery is mutilating your knee?
Hey, can we go back to re-examining reasoning? It's Monday chats with Jack. Space for some fun fellowship, not some like
Brutal,
dumb fucking banter that.
No, Jack, can I tell you
guys are
something?
retarded.
Because I
I'm
think you're-
saving us all time. Like nobody wants to sit here while Mel like just talks and talks and talks and makes the whole panel about her
Yeah.
for half
But
an
we
hour.
do want to say
It's a little
Ben does.
autistic,
I'm
but
just-
we're
I'm just
here
cutting
for
us to the chase. I'm saving us some time.
neurodivergent. But neurodivergency does not mean
Jack,
you're
are
in
you
charge.
doing bounties? Because if so, I would have dropped Ben.
Oh, you wouldn't
No,
come up
Jack.
here if the channel host can make some money. Okay, yeah.
Jack, can I tell you something really interesting about
When did I ever
how
complain
technology is
about
I
helping?
haven't been, but I'm really interested in this idea. I'm going to run with it. Thank you for the contribution, Mel.
And thank
It'll
you
be
to
a
everybody for
moment.
the time I just saved all of us. We've all been through the panel experience with Mel.
Praise
I
God,
actually
That is
man.
true.
Praise
It is
God.
brutal.
I actually wanted to get back to the questions that she was raising about the lying politicians. I mean, because that is really an issue. We've got problems in our government, and the people that are employed there, they're not serving they're missing out on what they could be doing.
I just don't know why anybody has any expectations out of these people. Like,
because they're supposed to serve the people. They're supposed to
that's what we've been taught by them, right? They told us that.
Of course.
You know, but then we grew up and we realized how the world worked, and that they're not actually serving anybody but themselves, as we all are in a way, right?
When you can go through history, when you can go through history and read all of the shit that they've done against the American people, against their own country, it's not just America, that should tell you. If you guys didn't read that shit in your own classroom curriculum, that's on you. It's there.
But Pero, isn't that all governments throughout time? There's always corruption.
basically.
Absolutely.
Always
But that's what should tell you that, hey, I'm not going to vote for him. I'm going to hold my own authority. Why
we need
would
to
I
stop wasting the energy of getting our hopes up about an entity that obviously isn't for anyone's good but its own, and just spend our time doing more useful things like, pissing off Tarek.
There is a need for government. There is a need for government, but it's not for me.
Decentralized Washington, D.C.
And this is fine. All of you are fine with that, right? Your path is your path. My path is brought me to where I am. I'm outside of Washington, D.C., because I know that's where the major problems are. And I'm trying to find a way in. I want to find a way in to confront these problems that every one of us are dealing with. So
And
you don't
Jack,
have to support it. But
And Jack, if you ever run for politics, I will be the one promoting you. I'm not going to vote, of course, but I will promote you. I know you're not going to sit there and be ill faith. I know you're doing it for your purpose of helping others out and not being. You're already validated yourself. I see that. That's what these other people that are running for political. They're still looking for validation. That's why they need the vote of the people so much.
actually, I just witnessed.
Well, I mean, that's literally how politics work in a democracy. So, I mean, they all need the
Grace,
vote of the
don't
people.
talk over Jack. Grace, come on. You're
Right.
wonderful, but don't do that.
She doesn't.
I
talk
was
much,
responding to
dude.
Lippy.
Yeah.
You just
people
talked
running-
over him after I did it to make your point about
Hey,
how
Luke, you say
Grace, you
nice
just
things
did
to
it
your
again.
wife like that, or do you tell her what to do every night? Like you told me everything, how I need to behave on Landry's panel.
Hey, how about this?
He's still
I-
butthurt like a little bitch, Jack.
I appreciate the idea that you'd support me, but I do not want any of these positions. I thought about running for office, and I explored running for president back in when was it? I don't know. 2018 was when I had the idea.
That's the wrong year to run for president.
You should definitely run for president.
Well,
Well,
he's already the organizing director of the panel.
That's a
Dude, how
non-presidential
many
year.
fucking people need
I
to
know.
respect Talcott, dude? I'm sick of
I
it.
might
So he
have one
might
of the
win if there's no
problems.
competition this year.
That's when I started exploring it. But I thought, there'd be some support for a candidate who wants to overturn and get rid of the Federal Reserve, wants to.
How about
bring our-
Talcott 2026? No competition.
Well, back to that idea. I don't want to run for office. I don't think we should wait for a vote. But in all reality, there's a
We should have an
guy I
insurrection.
came
Is that what
across.
you're saying?
What's that?
We should have an insurrection.
No.
How
that's
about an
stupid.
intervention? I suggest literally an
Send them to
intervention.
rehab.
Well,
Jack wants to
y'all
do
need
it
to
before the
sober
new
up.
year.
yes, I do. I do want to do it before the new year. And if I don't, well, I guess I'll start again next year.
That's cool. That's cool because, why not? I remember watching a documentary on Mother Teresa, and whatever you feel about her or Catholicism, she was saying God is telling me to go to the other side of this city. It was like Beirut, and take care of these orphan kids. And everyone was like, "But Mother, there's a war going on." And she said, "You know what? Just get the buses ready. Mary has told me it." And she drove right across the city. You never know, right? God can provide. Fortune favors the bold. I agree with that.
Well, that's what I realized. and I said this the other day, guys. This is a factual reality. However this works out, what is God going to do with a guy like me? We're all going to witness. And in some ways, I know you're not supposed to test God, but perhaps I am.
I mean, you saw what he did to Job, and Job's way better than you are, so I wouldn't get my hopes up.
Well, Job got rewarded in the end.
True.
Did he get 40 virgins?
That's such a good. That's so consoling. Such a consolation.
Was that the 40 virgins? Was that? Did he get those?
No. After his wife died and after everything around him died, he was then given new ones later. Like if they were
Jack, can I tell you something? And I want to see what your reaction to this is. My son John is like very, very rude to me, like incredibly rude or whatever, for whatever reason, but he thinks he's in the right. And he was texting me. It's hard to do because he often just says F you, Dad. But what I did is instead of reacting to him, I put it through Grok and said to Grok, write him a really friendly response. And then I just cut and pasted that. And then I actually said, like, Grok did a better, I actually mean everything Grok's saying, but it said it in a really nice way that I wouldn't have, you know? And I wonder if we can't do that, like use tech, like if Powder Dusty says to Grok, I'm going to send something to Andrew Wilson. That's like, it's not sincerely from you, but it's saying like, I want to repair the bridge or whatever.
You don't see how this is going to make your bad relationship with your son even worse when you're just both talking.
Yeah, he got on. He's like, oh yeah, I get it, AI, after a while. But I said, I do mean every word of that, even though I didn't write it.
Ben, can we get your son on here so that Talcott can coach the experience between the two of you?
Yes, absolutely.
That would be great.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Send him a message right now. Say, come on, Jack.
All right, I'll text him.
He's very hesitant because he came on the internet before and he was embarrassed by some of the things he said and did.
He came on the internet before and somebody took a picture or what?
Well, Moose.
Oh, no, he posts pictures of himself in my Discord all day.
That's disgusting.
So.
Moose is playing on the double entendre of the word came. Grace.
Juvenile.
Grow up.
And I was being juvenile.
I'm juvenile too. Keep that shit up.
No, but also I'll tell you what. When it comes to legal issues, we've had a bunch of. Grok is incredibly helpful because Grok can write motions that really look like motions. That they're often written better than what I've seen lawyers write, and I don't think judges can tell.
Guys, this is the reality where we're at right now. Throughout time, especially before this time, I mean, particularly in like the labor areas, mankind has been in a battle against mechanization, against automation, against technology advancements. We've got a lot of jobs being threatened right now because of the learning language models, right? The AI can do the job better than a lot of the attorneys can. It's quicker research, cuts out the support, all the administrative jobs. But this is where we're going to have to face the facts. There's people that are promoting the idea of this UBI, universal basic income, this digital currency, right? No.
Why is that bad, Jack?
Because it creates a further dependency. We need.
He's got a little bit of a point there, but I mean, innovation isn't something you can really put back in the bottle. You need to figure out how to adapt to it, or else you will be left behind, and the people who can adapt to it will.
Dusty, that's what I want to point out. We have all the tools, all the technology. There are teachers and answers all throughout this world. We don't have. There is no valid excuse for why the wars continue and why the poverty cannot be addressed immediately.
That was a hard shift to a new topic, wouldn't it?
Hold on. That's my question, Jack. Is like, wouldn't the UBI kind of help? Like, wouldn't that help poverty?
That's what you want.
No. I don't want that. I work 40 hours a week, but that's what Jack.
That's what Jack wants.
Pay for stuff
I think the issue of poverty is an independent one. Everybody has a different set of values in life, whether they be moral, ethical, spiritual, material. They're all different. And so when you're brought up a certain way, your material wealth is different than somebody else brought up in a different manner. If somebody
True.
is silver spoon fed like Trump, and he grows up and he is still wanting, his value system is much greater in the material realm than some
No, it's not.
redneck. Than some
I disagree.
redneck living out in the boonies and
True.
living the life of his dreams.
I
all
appreciate
the
that
same
little
value of
lippy,
social
but I was asking
competition.
Jack Talcott because I came
Yeah.
for Jack's wisdom.
And you're
I'm
totally not catching what I was saying. Hey, it's been 10 minutes. I'm gonna bring Mel back.
Wait,
Fucking,
Dusty.
how much
what were
to
you?
Lose Mel for the rest of the night?
You were
Like,
saying it's
I don't
all
have
the same
patience to deal
thing.
with another Mel night.
Please, Grace, what were you saying? We'll swing back to that.
Look at that greedy ass smirk you got right now.
Please
All right.
stop, Dusty.
No, it's fine. I
Don't deflect from
I was
Grace's
just saying,
question, Flo.
Dusty was saying that it's not. It's all the same thing. It's just different levels of social competition. So the redneck guy wants success just as much as Trump does, just a different setting. Isn't that what you were saying?
Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I was saying.
Because I tend to agree with that too. I don't really believe like, oh, there's some people who are just like, I understand the different settings you're raised in, but this idea like there's some people who just don't want to succeed and some people who do.
And by the way, it's 3 ounces of silver to ban Melanie for the evening. The Directors Guild is at a meeting.
I love a guild that only operates on precious
You
metals.
outkicked your coverage.
Yeah.
Wait, Jack, can I tell you something that I think is a really beautiful thing? We've seen, and you may have seen this, but we really have seen it. We have the return on YouTube of what's called a patronage model, where individual people who don't have to, will give you money, and in return, you give them some, you read their super chats, you pay, you thank them, and actually, you can make a good amount of money doing that. And like, obviously, you can't have an entire economy that's based on patronage, but I believe that the most valuable thing that people give each other is art. Creativity. That's what a man is. Man is not an eater or a sex. Man is an artist, and what we're doing here is art. So you don't need UBI. Just pay everyone through YouTube.
Amen, brother. Amen. But we got a super chat here at $10. It says, "Drop that mental case until he changes his name." What are they trying to change your name to?
Who's the mental case?
Probably Melanie is upset that they're both Melanies.
Jack doesn't do the drop
Oh,
for $10
wow.
thing, I don't think.
What are you talking about?
Only from a Melanie
He
could
just
that happen.
dropped Melanie for 10.
Oh, you did?
He's considering whether he's going to do it.
That's an interesting one because in some sense, now you're incentivizing people to get rid of the most interesting speakers.
Melanie.
That could be talking about Ben.
That's what
We've all had a
I
Melanie
was
panel.
insinuating, Jack, and I thought you caught on to that, brother.
Yeah.
Praise God, man.
And just because they're interesting, we have to understand the interest aspect is for drama and not for intellect.
Well, they're not mutually exclusive.
Tell you what,
Well,
please pause a moment. Because I want to be respectful for the contributions, for the guests, but Mel was brought back up, and I don't think even had a chance to say a word.
Why don't you should, since you honored mine, you should honor that one, and then if you're not going to honor the next one, make the statement before somebody sends it in.
Or you can give her 10 minutes after 10 minutes. So let her talk for 10 minutes, then give her
That's
10
what I
minutes.
always say. Is you got to give them at least 10
Give her
minutes
a
when they come
buffer.
back.
You can do that too.
Wait, so you're gonna give 10 minutes of her talking and getting
You're really
crowd
you're
to
really
run
making this more
away,
complicated than
and
it
then
is.
Well, at
you'll
least
have
not
no
being
crowd.
booted. I say not being booted for 10 minutes.
You got to give people a buffer to make them want to come back
The
up on
Forbes are a
Unless
little
you're
bit
gonna give 'em a
concerned about
cut
the
of
president
the-
being set with the drops. I get it.
Here, this is new to me. Truly, Mel seems to be a pretty good sport about it. Has been certainly through that before. So 10 more minutes, and we'll figure out how to make it more peaceful.
And besides, if somebody gets upset about helping you in the channel, then what kind of friends are they?
Real question, Jack. Can I get a family package here? Like, can I?
Family
Yeah, like if
I
I
got a
wanted to get
package
rid
you
of
can get.
Grace and Ben at the same time,
I mean, if,
like, do I
if
get a
Grace is
deal?
done with it.
Do I get like a
No,
2-for-1 special?
Actually, you know what? I
No,
don't.
I'm not saying I want to get rid of them. I'm just seeing how low you'll go.
that's what I want to address. I think I should probably stop that.
Jack, I think that what we need to focus on if we want to make money is that we can get sponsorships. Ben, you're welcome to come give $5,000 sponsorship to the Directors Guild of the Panelverse.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's a lifetime sponsorship. You $5,000.
You know what
Truth
people
or
will
Cop,
pay
I
right?
currently don't
Isn't
have
that
any, but
illegal?
I could barter.
You barter for that and get it back to me, all right?
How about we use Truth or Cop's
Jack,
ass
I
as-
solved your
as
problem.
collateral?
No, okay, so yeah, see,
God bless
this
you.
is the patronage
It's
system.
not worth
See,
very
it's
much.
nice. It feels nice.
What the fuck,
Let's
Grace?
go, girl.
Thank you.
That's
Mel,
okay. Jack will shut it down here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Maybe not if he keeps getting paid. If he keeps getting paid, maybe he'll stay.
Hold on a second, Jack.
No,
I thought
that's
you just
not
said
how Jack-
you were just
that's
ending that.
Yeah, Ben, you don't know how Jack works. That's not going to affect Jack the way you think it is.
Oh, is he
He's
rigid
ready-
about ending?
He's ready to shut down here pretty soon. And you watch this guy run his mouth about all this other shit, and he's going to shut it down just for that.
No,
Hey,
but
Landry's gonna be
that's why
opening
your
up
best
a
option is to give me $5,000 and become a sponsor of the Directors Guild of the Panelverse. I mean, it
Truth or
really
Cop,
is your
you
best
stop
option.
Now, see,
being
what
a
I would say,
fucking
Jack,
money
is
hungry
I would say
leper.
as a creator, you should discount dropping people who are not cammed up. That way,
Oh,
the
hell
quality of the stream
Get
is
the
kept
quality up.
higher.
Oh shit!
You see what I mean?
If I'm
a
cammed
lot
up, the
times
quality of my
streams end
mic
up-
is worse, though. That's the problem.
Well, I understand people have issues. I'm not saying it's wrong. You have
You
to cam
can't
up, but it
afford
just
good internet,
it
man.
makes
Just
a
go to the
better
library, bro.
stream
It's free.
when you have people on camera. It's more
That is
interesting to
true.
watch. It's a video format.
I
If
agree.
Tarek and Truth or Cop could be less poor, that'd be great.
Be so much less great.
I want to help all the poor. There's a lot of poor people.
Do you
And
really?
Yeah, Jack, I'm too
don't
poor to
wanna
afford
help
the
them. I
internet.
just
How
want
dare you
people,
even
like,
concede to
fucking
that?
us.
You can't.
no, you're just cheap. You're cheap. You're not poor.
Oh, Jack. Oh, we might need to reconsider this title. The Panelverse Guild is.
Well, we're going to solve that. We're going to solve that because actually poverty and cheapness do go together. The poverty mindset gets us to, waste all our time on these
It's almost like
pennies.
you're saying generosity begets generosity.
Can you stop
Oh.
interrupting the man? This is Jack Talcott, bro.
No, rich people are the cheapest motherfuckers.
We're
there are.
talking money moves.
Rich people are cheap.
I know you're always
That's why
talking
they're
money because
rich.
you ain't got none.
That's why they're
you always
rich, because
talk about
our
it.
economy teaches you succeed by not being generous.
But this is exactly what we can fix. Reexamining the reasoning. This is what I think Donald Trump is in the perfect position to help with. And maybe we can get to him through Congress. Maybe we can get through him through his family, whatever. We can find a way to connect with some of these people of wealth.
What if we just moved
Yeah.
on without them and just quit even really worrying about them? And
No,
then-
we need Donald Trump to get to the next stage. So stop it, Flow State. Stop.
Well, let me ask you guys a political question, okay? What did you think about Clavicular saying that Gavin Newsom is going to win the upcoming presidential election because he is a Giga Chad and JD Vance is a subhuman chud?
Yeah,
Do you think that looks affect politics?
Totally irrelevant, Grace. But we got a
Totally
$10 super chat from David Michael. I just want to say thank you, David
Who
Michael.
put you in charge of the show?
I've
This
always
is the
been in
producer
charge
mood.
of the
You show some
show.
respect.
Is he the producer?
I
Of
am.
everything.
Yeah, he wants to be, but he's not part of the guild at all. Grace, just don't let his words
Okay, 'cause
weigh
I don't
on
like
you.
people who pretend to be in charge when they're not.
He's not. He's
It's giving
not.
suck up. It's giving suck up. It's giving pick me.
It is, but it's his
Stop
role.
calling the kettle black, Grace.
And I've gotten used to that role.
Hey, I
with
only
him.
do that with my dad. I don't do that for anybody else's panels.
He does a great job of promoting and encouraging the grift, and I actually think he does good. So Grace, you're right about it, but that's his role for now.
Hey,
See, Grace, Jack,
Thank
you
you, Jack.
you are like you're like the one who gets rid of anything that's imperfect. Jack is the one who sees in the imperfections, and both are good. Both are good. Sometimes you can be too generous and it gets cluttered up. Other times,
Grace
you know
gets
what I
rid of the
mean?
imperfections. She brought that Furby back up. What are you talking about?
Furby's perfect.
You
Still
seem
hasn't
tricky.
talked, by the way. Still hasn't said a word.
I was doing laundry, just to be clear.
Leave Landry alone. He's got a wife.
Wonderful. Welcome back, Mel. Yes, you are back.
I mean, I was enjoying the conversation because I still don't fully understand. Like, okay, politicians may get paid and they might lie on the job, but there's a difference between getting paid to be a politician and being paid to be a politician that lies. Like, I understand lobbying and all this stuff. Trust me, I don't like capitalism, but I also
don't trust you.
I don't necessarily see the incentive.
What did he say?
He doesn't trust me, which I don't give a shit.
I don't trust you.
That's the most random thing to blurt out.
My poor ego and internet random doesn't trust me. Whatever will I do?
They're bringing me the wrong medicine.
Well,
but yeah, if you want better representatives, it seems to me the solution is you want better representatives. Vote for the people who show that they can't be corrupted. Bernie Sanders.
Holy fuck, Mel, that's brilliant.
Did you hear we were on the Bernie Sanders kick with the ultimate opinion of a politician?
That's better.
We're right back to voting.
Mel. Thank you, Mel, for coming back. Thank you, Grace, for bringing Mel back. To tell us that.
Yeah, thank God Grace did it. You know what, Grace?
Hey,
Grace,
that's a good point. If you don't, that's a good point.
And now you're not even attractive because
that's a good point. If you don't like politicians, vote for the ones you like. That's a great point. I don't understand.
The ones that are going to lie to everybody. Yeah, the ones that are going to lie in order to get in there because you like them. Instead of on a basic principle, you get in there by a popularity vote and that's it. You think they're not going to lie? They have no foundation for keeping the job. They have a foundation for keeping the paycheck, and they're in there by a popular vote. What do you think democracy's all about?
Well, their foundation is deflecting from the personal accountability we each hold.
See, I think Grace has a little hostility towards Lippy, towards El Perro, because she thinks she's better.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
She thinks she mogs him.
That's
and I'm on
true.
El Perro's side. I think he's a great guy.
When did I go at Lippy?
He yells too much.
Ben, I wish you spoke for yourself more than you spoke for Grace.
He's my kind of guy, honestly. I really.
Ben, I wish you spoke for yourself more than you spoke for Grace.
Good one.
I'm only speaking for myself. That's true.
No,
now, Melania, can we talk about your?
He didn't hear that genitals.
I think every man here would argue.
Yeah, try it again, Mel.
That Melania should not cut off her genitals.
Great enough. Ben, panel, get in line.
Why are you being a douche? Can you guys see? Jack is clearly not digging this shit.
Mel,
what the fuck?
Please, seriously, guys. I mean, look how quickly we're just like disappearing into chaos.
Yeah, I mean, I like Bruce, but Grace is causing all kinds of problems.
You're doing the same thing. Bring it back to Joe.
Well, I would like to. We can actually continue the conversation, right? Because Mel was bringing up ideas and questions still about the government. Now, I used to believe
very insightful suggestions, I might add.
I mean, like,
hey, Dusty.
I mean, you're the one who's
ruining this panel.
You're the one who's contributing to political nihilism and people feeling self-defeated.
Jack is a master moderator.
You're the one contributing.
And yet, at a certain point, all right, he settles us down.
I think it's funny
I
that
want to be here all night, Jack. What do you say? We do 12 hours.
I think it's funny that I think it's funny that Flow State contributes.
Let's go all night.
Political nihilism when like
another hour.
When like, by the way, political nihilism. By the way, folks.
Jack,
political
how long
nihilism.
would you go if you made
I'm
50
still
bucks
trying
an
to say
hour?
something. Hey, maybe you all could let me say something for half a
I'm
second.
trying to raise money for Jack to stay another hour, and we don't care.
It's $75, Jack. 75 for the hour.
So I want to argue for Melania's genitals. I think all of us here would say, as men, that like keep them. It's okay to be gay. It's fine to be a bottom. You don't have to be a real man in every sense.
See,
we
reason that
accept
they act
gay
like this
people.
is
We
'cause They
do.
know I can say something in half a second that makes anybody on here sound stupid. So my problem with what Flow State said is that while I'm not saying the most insightful thing, what I am encouraging is political literacy in an era where capitalism doesn't like the idea that you might vote for an anti-capitalist politician. It's capitalists who want you to feel political nihilism and like you can't do anything.
Okay, well, since you're talking to a political nihilist, you know already that I don't give a fuck.
Right.
So don't say anything. Then your commentary isn't necessary.
And it's funny how you project, and it's funny how you project.
You shut the fuck up. Seriously.
Whoa, Jack.
Who, Perro?
Yeah.
Oh.
God bless. I don't know. You know, it's not just you. I'm sorry for jumping out at you.
Get the
but
shovels.
Yeah.
I've watched Mel be interrupted over and over and over. Me be interrupted over and over and over. And when is enough? When do you
Now,
know
Jack.
that?
Now is enough, Alpero.
Stop.
Mel, what do you got to say, please?
Look at you. You're just making it worse by yelling, bro.
And so all I did was respond to what Flo was saying, and I thought I had the floor just like anybody else. It's
I did think Lippy
Jack.
was being
fucking
fair,
problem
but
solved right there, brother.
Well, he lived up to his name. He's Lippy.
Safa.
He's got to get the
Brutal.
last word in.
Rest in peace, El Perro. He committed suicide by cop.
So look, it might surprise you to hear that I'm actually an anarchist. And if we can find solutions outside of the
not
system,
surprising.
I'm for that. But if you're going to criticize the system, you have to understand how it works first. You can't just throw a bunch of shit at the wall and see what
You
sticks.
don't think I know that people vote in the system? Is that what you're thinking that I'm ignorant of?
I never
Yeah, we
said
know
anything.
this stuff.
Yeah, that wasn't part of my claim. So in general, if you want your criticism to be accurate, instead of it just being right twice a day because you're a broken clock, if you want them to be accurate, you actually have to know how things work. You have to know what motivates politicians. You have to know what limits their capabilities in things like the Congress and the Senate.
You know what, Mel? If you want me to have better
Dude.
criticisms, maybe you should go talk to your representative about it and vote on it.
Dusty,
How about
Flo, what
about
do you have
this?
against Mel?
Oh, he's
Yeah,
intimidated by
I'm
me.
just in an impatient mood, and Mel is a complete panel kill sometimes. I just don't have the patience for Mel today. It's
But
no
Dusty,
Lucy's been intimidated.
That's
But
why
Dusty-
Lucy's been
Pittsburgh
acting
comes back.
intimidated by me for a long time.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, you can have it. I'm intimidated.
But
you're
Dusty,
terrifying.
Melania likes this. She feels like this is her Riz.
That's
Right? You're a good-looking guy. You're her type. And
I-
so by her
I know.
towel snapping you and you responding, you're giving her exactly what she wants. You see how she's not even disagreeing with me?
Well, I'm gonna say
That's pretty
the
good.
same thing I said to the
You
last
under
person who
control,
threatened
Mel.
to punch me in the face. Go ahead, punch me in the face. I like it.
I actually have.
What?
Believe it or not, I've had
That's
girls say that to me.
By the way, it works. It works. They
Interesting
won't
that
punch
you're
you in the
like,
face
"Girl,
afterwards.
Punch me in the face. I'd be
I
like,
like it.
it was
Yeah,
weird.
because then they won't do that
Melanie,
anymore.
do people want to punch you in the face regularly in person? Like, is that
No,
just
just
a
recently.
common
My neighbor,
experience?
my neighbor was acting all bipolar and shit. So
No, can I
Yeah,
make a
that's your
suggestion?
neighbor. That's not your fucking lover.
Melanie, when she cams
no
up,
shit.
she's a very attractive, I would say, guy,
I'm not.
but
No.
like, I think she has low self-esteem. I would encourage Melanie to cam up and for us men to say, you're actually like quite an attractive man.
can
You
anyone
don't
but
need to
Ben say
change.
that? Can I hear that from anyone but Ben? So that way, it's just 100%
No,
less
it's
creepy.
true. Like,
I
I'm
just
not
love it.
gay.
Dusty,
I'm
not gay.
I'd rather say you're an attractive man than hear you cut off your genitals.
Yeah, see.
Okay.
See,
Why do you
men
care about my
are-
genitals so much?
Men are more pro-gay than you'd think.
I would let you
Heterosexual
watch
men.
me fuck somebody else, but I wouldn't let you participate.
I think getting rid
How
of
do you have all
genitals
this
is
lore in your head? Like
more
oh,
offensive than
here's
putting
where I
them in
let
another
Mel
guy's
watch
butthole.
me, but not do this and blah.
At
Like,
least
how
you're
do you
still
know?
using them.
How do
Yeah.
you think about me this much? I don't think about you people this much.
No, cam up, Melanie, would you?
I didn't have
think
to
it would
think
be a
about it
real
very
moment
long.
for you.
We're doing
I
the whole
honestly
cam up
think
thing.
you're quite attractive.
I am
and
cammed
you
up.
Don't know it.
I'm the Furby. I'm cammed up as the Furby.
It would
right
be
now.
kind of exciting to be like banging and listening to you bitch in the corner and not shut the fuck up. And
If I was
So-
gay, you'd be my type,
That's
Melanie.
wild.
Sexy, and yet
That's
you're a bottom.
wild.
You know what I mean?
you
That's
can turn it
wild
into a
that you
game.
have
It's like,
fantasies
can you
that
bust
involve
a
me.
nut?
That's
Well, that noise
crazy.
is going on.
That
Dusty,
is
do
just
you
wild.
agree?
Red and blue
Dusty,
lenses
do you
mean if
agree
you're
that
colorblind.
Melania would be your type if you were gay because you're a top, and she'd be a bottom?
I'd have to
You
give
have
it
to
another
be a
look.
bottom to be with me because I switch too often.
No,
Jack,
bottoms
is this
like
who-
tops.
Jack, is this where you want to take us?
Have you met Illumitami?
I
Mel?
think
They might
Melanie
be
should
into
send her
this.
picture to Andrew Wilson because he does think men are the fair sex.
I agree with that. I
Yes.
and a gay Tarek.
You know what's funny is
Shout
No
out to Lindsay
Fugazi.
if we're watching.
No Fugazi channel. They saw me on cam, and then when they put my face in the thumbnail, they actually made me look really good. I was like, holy shit, you know, they
No
could have.
They love you. They love you. Yes.
They could have taken like any of the other screen caps where I looked like absolute shit or was making a weird face, and they didn't. And I appreciate that.
Well, why don't you dress up for us more often then?
Because I'm lazy.
I think you're a good-looking person, whether you're male or female.
How do you know,
Bruce,
Ben? Have you seen him?
Stop saying that.
I've seen Melania. I've seen Melania.
I'm keeping track of how many times he says that without me even asking.
It's like I'd rather say you're an attractive man than hear you cut your genitals off. I'd also rather hear Ben push and promote that he'd like to see you rather than the things I've heard in the past.
Again,
This
when
is a
did you
step forward.
when did
Maybe
you
we can
decide
make
that
a
you care so
compromise.
much about my genitals?
Right. Maybe.
Okay.
I want to ask
all
you
men see all
This is
genitals
going
as,
sideways.
like,
Can we go back to
You
Jack?
want surgery to remove your sacred parts, and then you want to talk
Do you
about
get this
self-love and
upset?
how people are homophobic.
Wait, you get this?
Clearly,
do you get
you're
this
afraid
upset?
of yourself if that's
Do you
what
get
you
this
want.
upset? Do you get this upset when people
I'm not upset.
remove their appendix?
I'm a
Melanie will keep her genitals,
Schuster,
but
cop,
Tarek
for
loses
God's
a nut.
sake,
Tarek has to
let
take off one
Jack
nut.
speak
Melanie-
and shut the fuck up, Flow State.
He waited his turn, respectfully.
He hasn't got a word in. He's the fucking host.
No, the Flow State actually waited for that.
Fuck Flow State.
No,
What
Tarek.
is wrong
Not
with
my
you
type
people?
either.
You guys come up and attack each other on panel. Like, if you're not here,
Tarek's
for
mad
Jack,
because he
what the fuck
tried
are
a
you
thing
here
and it
for?
failed dramatically.
I think most men would rather see another man's head cut off than his genitals cut off.
Yeah,
Here we go
Not
back
watch
to that
either one
bullshit.
of them.
Why are
Jack, you may have to
Ben,
stream on your own channel.
Ben is
Why-
literally obsessed with my genitals. Sorry,
why
go ahead, Jack.
is this the topic?
Hey,
Serious.
Grace, what kind of
Can we
lipstick do you wear?
re-examine the reasoning?
Is it terrible
I
to
could
talk
possibly. Well, it's self-love, Jack. So in order to end world wars, we have to love ourselves first, and we had to build from there. And if we're at war with ourselves, where we think we need some system to extract through surgical technologies how we were created to be,
I think that's
we're
legit.
not at peace
That's a
with
legit
ourselves.
point. Yeah, I
There's
think that's a
no
legit
more
point.
divisive war than a war a man wages against his own dick.
Yeah. Peace starts at home. I'm not kidding. That's
What?
true.
I've never seen Jack make that face. You look like you just ate a lime or something. The fuck happened?
So whatever happened though to like the idea like if you keep it to yourself, you keep it in your pants and all this stuff. I don't care what you do with your life because that's
You're
I
not
like
That's
keeping
only
it to
people who don't
yourself.
care
You're on the
about
public
others.
internet. You're on
That's
Jack
only people
Calca
who don't
face.
care about others who say that. Only men who don't care about their son say, "Hey, I don't care what you do with your dick." Men
Yeah,
I'm
who
not your
care
son, Ben.
about their son
Ben,
say,
I'm
"I
not your
do
son.
care." I
But
do
that
care.
is true, though.
If you do decide to do the unthinkable, let me know. I'll probably get you a discount. You know, if you want.
All right,
To
So
shop around
you're
prices
against
a little
it, but you
bit.
can also get me a discount. That's wild.
I mean, no, I
can
could
we
do it
not
myself.
bring that up
right?
again? Like, can we not bring up the genitals, Bruce? Like, just
Yeah,
just
can we
no
move
more-
on, please?
Yeah, let's put an embargo on my genitals and let's talk about politics again. So
I
Thank
know what I'm
God.
dreaming about tonight.
so I think by the way, what Jack, is doing is
disgusted
admirable.
with you guys.
But I think you need a better critique of what actually corrupts politicians and what causes them to become basically bought and sold.
Israel.
Why are you
How about
critiquing
you?
It's one
critiques instead of
word.
responding to them?
Actually, no, please. This reminds me, there was a comment I wanted to get out a long time ago, right? Because you mentioned all these things. You need to understand what they're doing and all this, how it works. How about we understand human behavior, right? Start with there. We go in dealing with the human beings and with the recognition that those on the inside of the system and on the outside of the system, we're dealing with the same broken systems.
True.
So let's fix the systems.
I
Well,
feel
but
like there's a
wouldn't that
difference in
argue that we have to
privilege.
fix ourselves first? Because the system, as long as we're broken, it's just going to be brokenness playing itself out.
Yeah, I think I'm fixed enough. I think I've learned
Yeah,
enough.
yeah, Jack, but
do you
clearly
think
the people
people are?
around you are not, and we all need some help and work. So together we can
Yeah.
fix ourselves to get there, and then we can get to that point. This is the steps we can take
You guys
now,
are
rather than
unfixable.
speculating about the future. Take step now. Step
Literally.
1, 2.
Literally, that's what I'm trying to offer. I've done a very poor job of it, but my idea is offer people a path for their own self-development.
Yeah.
Because as people grow in their own individual person, more confident, more creative, we're gonna find a way to end this shit, right? Because I don't think Donald Trump is an appropriate representation of America.
What
I
about
don't think-
Gavin Newsom?
But Jack, don't you say? Let's say you say Trump is addicted to material and like material money and fame. But you say, I remember you said this to Adam. It's very wise words. If someone doesn't want to change, if someone doesn't want to break their addiction, there's really nothing you can do until
Correct.
they hit a wall, right? Like that's common addiction counseling wisdom. I agree with it.
Correct. But this is where the benefit comes in. Donald Trump is a very sick man, but by oath, by his choices, by his contract in that position, he has a responsibility and an accountability that is far greater than him, and he needs to fucking realize it. And I suggest that we, as people, can find a way to help be a part of that. That's
All right,
what
but
I want.
let me push back a little bit on that, Jack. A lot of times in Addict, you'll say, you have kids. You have a responsibility as the father of or mother of those kids to take care of them. But if they don't, they've already blasted through that. They know they're not doing it, right? So like I'm saying, you can have a firm but they already know they're not doing right. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And they also know they've been getting away with it. So let's change it so they're no longer getting away with it. So they know that it's time for a change.
But don't you think they're having that internal dialogue? They're saying like, I should be a responsible person constantly.
No, they're not. I agree, Ben.
Oh, come on.
No, Tarek, please. I agree.
Right.
They probably are, but consider this. What can one person do, says 8 billion people. Even
Nothing.
in the minority there in Congress, they're all clinging to their party sides and they're all tribaled up and, they don't know what to do unless they're told what to do. So since they don't know what to do, I think I do. I think I know what to tell them to do. But how do I get them
But
to
why not
listen?
focus on people who say, I want some help, Jack? Which there are people who say
Bruce, you ask a lot of questions,
like
Bruce.
I like today, Grace went crazy, and she didn't know why she went crazy. She went crazy. We figured it out because she didn't want to do that. What she did, I ended up throwing a glass of water at her. I missed, but like she was acting crazy, and she had repressed anger, which I understood why she had it.
She does have that.
And then we
Ben,
talked
but Ben
it through.
doesn't. That's interesting.
And that feels
No, yeah,
great.
Ben's got his own
That
issues
feels
too,
great.
but
And
Grace's
that's why I'd
anger
like to help
is
Melania
fun.
if she wants to help. Wants to help because I think she's a
Well,
great,
I need to ask Jack
attractive
something actually.
person, and I think we should encourage her to camp.
Hold on,
Yeah,
Bruce. We gotta
affirm
stop
her.
everything. We
Grace
got
is a gay
Melania
man.
over here.
Thank
Melania
you,
over
Ben.
here needs to ask Jack a
It's a
question.
thought.
Here we
Well,
go. Melania, go ahead.
So it might end up being a couple, but Jack, you think that politicians are like partisan and that they're
You
trying
really
not
stopped
to
everything
cross
for
the
that
aisle?
question?
Because my whole thing is like I really hate how much Democrats actually cross the aisle and capitulate to Republicans just to be able to pass a bill while they throw poor people, trans people, all sorts of groups that they claim to defend under the bus.
Are you not using AI for your conversations today or something? Because you're lacking as fuck.
Can you
Did
let
someone say something? I just heard crickets.
Focus on the words, please.
I am focusing on the words. I am. That's the problem.
Dusty is
the
giving
first
Melania
sentence.
exactly
That's
what she wants right now. So Dusty,
Even her
we gotta ask
generalizations don't
you.
make sense.
The triggered Dusty.
That one too.
Yeah,
She's
he is a
winning.
little triggered.
She's winning.
Let her
No,
finish.
you're winning. You brought it back, dude.
Yeah, he's running out of coke.
If you just don't respond, none of us.
I think
If you just don't
I haven't
respond-
finished my question. It's totally fine. But my question for
Yeah, well,
Jack
you
is
think we're wrong.
specifically: are you going to prioritize like the marginalized people, the people who aren't represented properly in office, or are you going to prioritize passing bills so that way your term in office isn't completely useless?
Who's term in office? Jack's not running for office.
Yeah, Jack
He said
doesn't
he
run
is.
for office.
No,
and,
no,
like,
He said he plans on running for office.
He wants to
No,
talk
no,
to
no,
people who are in office.
Lost the plot.
See, you're a terrible listener, Melania.
His model is an intervention.
No need to
He's saying I
apologize
need
to
to
me for
have
being
an
right again. Jack.
intervention with politicians to tell them to do the job that they took an oath to do. And I
He
actually
wants
think
to be the
interventions are
modern-day
rarely
Rasputin.
helpful.
He wants to be Rasputin today in the West.
And funnily enough, Ben, the show The Rehearsal by Nathan Fielder, that shows that these kind of interventions really don't work, even if you have a really good case that you can make, because they do have their own prerogatives. They might even be corrupt. And so so I guess I'll reframe the question to
This
how do you
doesn't get that.
how do you expect
the crowd they're talking
to shift the
doesn't give a fuck
priorities?
about what they're
I'm not
saying.
done. How do you
this isn't
expect,
good.
Jack? How do you expect to shift their priorities from passing bills so that way their term in office isn't completely useless, which means crossing the aisle and
This is
essentially
why I
throwing
pay
marginalized
$10.
groups under the bus, to actually giving a shit about the people? Because the reason that they don't give a shit is because they're trying to work with Republicans, and Republicans do not give a shit about your common people. They give a shit about
I
the
thought
rich.
this was going to be a question, not a TED Talk.
I know that was a question, Melanie, for real.
You guys shut up. Your complaints.
I mean, they're being real.
The thing is your complaints are coming from your ego mind, and it's a distraction from.
No,
what
we're
is-
recognizing the attention.
This is why Jack Talcott is the organizing director of the Guild of Directors of the Panelverse.
Well, I think Melania is assuming that Jack agrees that Democrats are good, and
I'm
the
not assuming
Democrat
that.
platform is that which represents goodness.
I'm not
and
assuming that.
Republicans are bad, and that, I
I'm
don't think
not
Jack
assuming
has that point of view.
Well, actually,
No,
she
I
was
agree
assuming
with
that
that.
Jack was running for office, which is just completely.
Well, that's a
And I've been
different issue, Tracy.
corrected,
We
so I
already addressed
reframed
that.
my
We already
question
addressed
to how do you expect them to shift their priorities from
This is we move beyond, right? We shatter the illusion of the importance of this divide. Oh God, it's a Republican. Oh God, it's a Democrat. Oh, don't you cross the aisle. Don't you shake hands with them. You're giving it all away. And it's all this tribalist bullshit. So what I want to do is
Exactly.
I want to get in there and talk to the men and women who have taken an oath and they're playing these roles of Republican and Democrat. And we say, hey, for today, let's pretend none of that shit matters. Let's pretend that we're actually Americans and we're
Fuck
here on
yeah,
the same
Jack.
page.
Fuck
And as a
yeah.
matter of fact, let's overlook the idea that we're Americans. We're human beings.
Let's
And right
join
now
the
we've
hive
got a
mind.
commander in chief who's bombing people in Nigeria. He's blowing up boats outside of Venezuela. The conflict is continuing, and Trump is just feeding the military-industrial complex. So I have faith. There's got to be, out of the roughly, how many sitting senators and congressmen are there? Roughly 400 to 500 of them. Out of them, there's got to be at least 10, 20, 30. There's got to be some who are willing to stand with us to do something. It's their damn job.
I actually don't think.
But no
there
one
probably
believes that,
is
Jack.
any.
Jack, what about this? Do you believe in direct action? Like, what if we took all the Melanias of the world and we put them on those drug boats and we said, like, okay, now try to blow it up because these are American ladies.
Cool filibuster, Ben. Jack, I think you might overestimate how partisan the two parties
I think it's a
really
good
are.
idea.
In fact, Democrats cross aisles all the time to get the bills signed by Republicans because they couldn't get
rid of
enough votes
direct.
without it.
Yeah.
And so I don't.
No,
I
you're
think
right.
I think you'd be preaching to the choir.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
he's giving
great,
you the
great.
he's
So
giving
then
you
let's-
the blah
so
blah
then-
blah. Shut the fuck up, lips. Sorry, Jack.
Many people want to defend the way they believe the world is and the way the world has been. I'm not in denial about the way the world has been. I have no delusions about the way the world is. I know that if we don't do something, things are going to continue to get worse. But actually, let me not be a naysayer, because actually what I do believe is that I think God has just shown me, right, what is happening. What is happening is the world is waking up. There are more and more and more people talking about consciousness, talking about righteousness, about actual really living as human beings. And there's a lot of people who are working towards confronting the corporate corruption. You guys familiar with David's World? His name's
Never heard of it.
Oh yeah,
David's
David's World. That's the dude right there.
Would you say you're a humanist though, Jack?
Melanie, can you fucking listen for a
I thought he was
moment?
done.
Jack, let me ask you a question. When you were I don't know your background, but like I think you took an oath as a postal worker, right, to do like that job. And you were also a father and a husband or whatever. And I'm not saying, I think you've admitted you had a problem with alcohol. Okay. If someone had come and yelled at you and said, Jack, you're not doing as good a job with this mail, and that's a sacred duty, and in these other areas, you probably had an internal dialogue saying, yeah, I know that. Am I right about that? Would an intervention have helped? Or did you have to get there by your, like, through your own, like, the school of hard knocks? You know what I mean?
Well, as an employee, there was standards that I was upheld to, and when the standards weren't met, right, there was people who'd pull us aside and have talks with us. That didn't happen with me a lot because I've got a pretty damn good work ethic, and I've never had a problem of, actually getting the job done. But in every organization, every organization, I noticed it with doctors first. And then especially with attorneys and judges, you got good employees and bad employees. Some people care about what they're doing. Some are just there for a fucking paycheck. Well, I think a lot of people in Congress and in the US, our freedom has been sold for paychecks.
Fucking A, right, Jack.
But I hate to say this, Jack, but you can say I was a great father. I was a great spouse, and I was a great postal employee. I don't know whether that might be true, but if you say, like, I admit I had a problem with alcohol, I'm asking you
Bruce.
whether, I don't know which of those were affected by that, but if someone had kind of took you aside and said, you're not doing right, do you think it would have been effective, or do you think you had to kind of get there on your own? That's my question.
Well, and that is a question that many people aren't sure of. And this is where I think my training gives me a different perspective. No one ever came up to me in the past and said, hey, Jack, we see that you're struggling. You may have a problem. Can we offer you some support? No one ever did that with me. Mm-hmm. That's actually what I want to offer to Donald Trump. I mean, it seems pretty clear the guy he's doing the best he can, but he's an old man and he doesn't want to look stupid. So he's going to pretend like he knows what he's doing. He's going to surround himself with people who are going to say, yes, man, and, make the emperor look good. But he's got a problem. Now, back to, could it work? I had a lot of people bitching at me saying, Jack, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't be like that. Telling me I wasn't good enough. That's not
fucking bullshit, Jack. You know what I tell them? Get out of their fucking confusion. I just want to say thank you for everybody throwing super chats out there. I gotta run. I got another stream to be at. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate you. Love you, brother. And keep it real. Keep it fresh. And Bruce, love you, Grace. You're the best. And Hope, Flo, I'll see you soon.
Tarak, you got some crazy feedback going on, dude.
Well, Jack, sometimes when you say, if I would talk to Trump, I'd give him a firm talking to. And then you said just then, like, you could be soft. And I remember with Adam, you did the same thing. And I don't think there's any real answer, but maybe it's both. Hold someone accountable and also be there to support them.
I think another thing to consider is, like, a lot of people think that they're doing the right thing and the best that they can do, right? There's a lot of people who think of themselves as humanists, who think of themselves as doing the best thing for humanity, Republicans included. And you actually have to convince them that they're not. And that is the hardest thing, because most people have come into a sort of a pattern of behavior that to them, this is all they know. Like, if you're rich, the idea of being homeless and dumpster diving is out of the question. But right. But if you've ever been hungry enough, you know that there's food in a dumpster, you're going to dumpster dive.
I've dumpster dived.
So sometimes people live on entirely different planets than the people they're supposed to help. And that's
Melania, how do you know that you're right and the Republicans are wrong?
But it's the privilege. It's the ability to not have to experience certain things that allows them to believe, like, no, this is the right thing to do. Because I've never been in their shoes.
How do you know that you're right and other people are wrong?
Well, I know I'm right about, if someone's hungry, they're probably going to dumpster dive.
Well, what if someone says, like, my approach to transgender people is that they have a mental illness and they should affirm the identity that they were assigned at birth.
What are you doing? Why are you taking the conversation?
Is that okay? Is that a dirty conversation?
I think he's trying to make it relatable, but let's make it about something else.
I'm just
right?
saying, like, there are people who would say that. Probably most people on this panel would say, like, that's more therapeutic.
I think the
They
more
may be
classic
wrong.
thing. I think the more classic thing, though, is poverty. Like, do we give people food stamps or do we make them work for food? And a lot
Sure,
of
that's a good
people,
one.
a lot of people who say, yeah, a lot of people like Grace think like, you're just going to enable that behavior that made them poor in the first place. When a lot of studies have actually shown, and if you can bring this to Donald Trump, I'd love you to. A lot of studies have actually shown that you have to give people the basic building blocks to bring their life together before they can actually have a career or something like that. So I think,
People who let their lives slide into oblivion generally will let it slide into oblivion again.
Yeah, but what about this? If a poor person asks for money, I want them to do a little song and dance or something on my stream, and then I'll give them money. I feel like that's fair. If you just have a handout and you're not blind or
Hand
deaf
job.
or something like that, like, I
It's
want
not a
you
handout.
to
You think it's fair to ask a disabled person to do a dance? Like physically disabled.
He
to be
said if
fair.
they're not
I
disabled.
would, yeah.
Well,
They can do
well,
something.
Grace and I, when we were out, there was a guy. He was homeless. He was, looked homeless, and he had a guitar out. And I think that like I'm more inclined to give that guy because he made the world a beautiful place. He was actually playing really nice guitar music, so I'm more inclined to say like, yeah, I want to endorse that rather than someone with just a
Jack
cardboard
frozen?
sign, unless it's a creative cardboard sign.
Okay,
So-
no, you just really vibing.
I could just to be clear though,
Hold on,
like
Ben.
I
We're
think
about- everything's about to fall to pieces. Jack,
I'm losing Jack. We're losing Jack. Okay.
what were we talking about? I had a phone call, so I don't know how we got here.
how there's two perspectives to like political prescriptions and how one person might think
and
they're doing
Mel-
right.
okay, that's right. Do you see Axis Rat Blood?
Does he still have an AI girlfriend?
Yeah, wife.
Why?
No, it's his wife.
AI wife. That's pretty awesome.
The
I
best
have to
wife.
admit.
So, but
see the
but yeah, I could say, Ben, that busker who's playing guitar is enabling people like you, who justify suffering based on your status being greater than theirs. Yet, if you were in their position, I highly doubt you'd want anyone telling you have to work even harder on top of the things you're already doing to get out of that.
Oh no, it's much
to
more
get out.
dignified, I think, to get money for doing something.
I bet that
than
if you were
to
Ben, you
just
wouldn't
get
want people
money for
telling
that.
him how to feel about homeless people either. So I don't know why the homeless person's sentiment matters, but Ben's doesn't.
Does how dignified it is to get out of poverty matter when the poverty itself is the undignified stance that you need to get out of?
Yes.
To who?
Well, I think like becoming a prostitute to get out
We're
of
dealing with,
poverty
like,
is
the difference
undignified.
between no dignity and
If
no
you can
dignity.
get out of poverty by doing something,
Can we get back to Jack?
that's
'Cause
not
this
as
is actually
degrading,
important
I think you should do that.
I mean, I am going to point out that Ben keeps bringing it to sex and stuff. So like it's getting.
all could have been
What's wrong
avoided
with
if
sex?
we
It's
had
part of the
just
human
dropped
condition.
Melanie,
We can't talk about that?
is it Melanie or Melania? I don't even know
Melanie.
anymore.
Thank you
I
for
call
asking,
it
Melanie.
because
It's
So
Melvin.
Melanie, I think that Ben's doing this because really Talcott, because I didn't drink last night on my panel. I told him I wouldn't. Now I'm drinking tonight on his. He's pissed. He can
It's a good
feel
idea.
it.
Grace, can you give me
He's
a
a
beer?
fucking. He can feel it, dude. He's mad at me. But nobody really wants to bring it up because they all have alcohol problems too in their past, allegedly. They're having trouble dealing with it. And maybe my problem with you that I keep going back to your genitals, and my concern about you cutting them off.
God.
I tried to avoid
It's
this problem.
because I
tried
can't
to-
deal
I
with
tried
that
to
part of myself. I don't know.
You know what, Dusty? You did.
It's that simple.
I
It's this
tried
simple.
looking out for you as
He
I
did.
always do.
I thought about doing that too because I realized it's
the thing
illegal
is,
to be a man in our
you're
society. So
behaving.
I was going to do
that scene
that.
from Fight Club where he's like,
came
"You are
this
not the
close.
clothes you buy.
Hey,
You're not your job.
Can
You're
you
not.
shut the fuck
You're
up
not
like
your
I've been wanting to do
genitals."
all night so Jack can talk on his own panel? Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, he's not saying
Jack,
anything.
I mean,
so
you can't
this,
just,
this
like,
all just
leave that
reminds me
gap
of this scene from Fight Club, though, because I'm not my genitals, and that's what Buddy was saying, right? You are not your job. You are not the house you buy. You're not your car. You're not your pets. You are an
Okay.
individual.
Genitals
you're
was
not-
not on the list in that movie.
So yeah, so you're not your genitals, so there's no offense with like misgendering you.
Correct.
Because that's not you.
Bingo.
Likewise,
Right,
if
Melvin?
I emasculate
Right,
you,
Melvin?
likewise, if I emasculate you by pointing out how feminine
I'm
you are,
not. We're not doing
no offense.
foreplay. I know that you want to try because you want me to get mad and then really daddy dom
mean-
you down, but it's not going to happen.
I mean, the first time we met, you were so intimidated by me that all you could do was talk over me. I'm clearly more of a man
You
than
actually
you are.
got choked up and almost started crying on
You
that
keep
panel.
biting. You keep taking the bait.
Here, just for a moment, this question, since I've got buttheads in the chat betting against me as well. Peace Dynamo. How would you respond to someone who said Trump was elected by the voters because they want his ideas to be implemented? I would suggest they are regurgitating what they've been told. There is a partial truth to that. Yes, Trump was elected because people wanted what he was saying, but he didn't follow through with what he was saying, which shows he's a liar. And those who
I
still
was gonna say,
believe
you
him,
mean he lied?
You know, that chatter there, Jack, is a friend of ours named OPC Don. Really great guy. We spent a lot of time with him. He's from Maine, real handy. But I think he's on the right side of things, like the conservative side of things. But he was a great donator, very big patron. Fixed our RV up, all this stuff. Grace ended up spitting on him.
Lucky
at the
guy.
end of a kind of
So-
odd incident where she felt endangered. But we did apologize. I did.
So if you're a locale reject,
You feel threatened.
Well, he was what she felt like he was putting her in a danger, like kind of a crazy situation, because he kept saying, if I might beat someone up who says what you're saying, and they were driving alone at night. But anyways, it was I think we mostly patched it up. And
I hope you spit on me when I creep you out, Grace.
You're gonna have to pay.
He actually claimed to have saved the pants he was wearing
sex work.
and sending
Grace,
them. He
don't
was going to
sell
send
out,
them to a lab.
please.
Hold on,
Don't worry,
Grace.
guys.
Remember, he
I can
did
be sparing
pay,
enough. I'll get free spit.
but he did pay. Remember, he said the picture was sus.
So I have a question about his channel name. If you're a lolcow reject, doesn't that mean you're not lolcow enough to be a lolcow?
Well, that comes from Grace was on the Lolcow Live, Lolcow Queens channel.
Yeah.
And then when she got fired from that channel, we started a channel called Lolcow Rejects, which was in a sense an anti-channel. And then he took that over.
Yeah.
But we weren't interested enough in
I think you could
that
have
world.
was better branding. Also, it would have been more honest if you called yourself the lolcow dejects because you're acting dejected.
Yeah, maybe. It was the highest numbers we ever got when we did Lolcow Rejects. We got like
Jack, you're the only
1,400
one who can
legit
drop her.
non-botted viewers at once. So it didn't last long, but
No.
But Jack, doesn't matter which president gets nominated, whether it's a Democrat or Republican, they all lie.
We just established that, I think, already.
I mean, the different politicians run for different parties because those parties still align more with like their internal interests and morals than externally.
Dusty,
So
something happened.
Don't say it.
So I definitely believe that Bernie Sanders couldn't live with himself being a Republican, and I would even argue someone like Marco Rubio couldn't live with himself being a Democrat.
Melanie, I was asking the question to bring it back to Jack, but thank you.
Okay, well, welcome to an open panel.
This is
Don't bite, Derek.
Actually, please recognize this is not actually an open panel. I don't want you to get the wrong friggin' idea, okay? Because what I'm doing is I'm actually trying to share what I've learned and trying to communicate these goals that I have, where I actually think we can create a better world.
How many
It's
hours?
an
is it?
opportunity to have a conversation with Jack Talcott.
It seems like it's taking a lot of hours. You should try to find a way to make it more concise.
Can I
that's
just get my?
easy.
Can I just
I
take
can
my?
really
We
make
could just there you go. Yeah.
The nonsense is gone and things start moving a lot smoother. We can have actual conversations.
The panelverse is going to panel. I think they just, found a spot to kind of express that.
You're right. You're right.
Well, Jack, I remember a little while
I tried to
ago.
prevent this, you dumb fuck. I'm the only one who tried to get in front of it, and you throw me backstage with the trash. Suck a dick.
You're trash.
Jack,
Well,
I remember
he does it to me all the time. I'm glad he finally did it to you.
Jack, I remember a few panels ago. that you had said like you could offer me some advice, and I don't know if you said that because you were angry or like, but I sincerely, obviously, I have issues in my life. I have no money. I only have of my 6 kids one that I can really talk to left. I have no relation. I have a kind of. So what do you? Where do you think? Do you have any suggestions as to where I might have gone wrong? Because if I'm saying, you know what I mean, like I'm giving other people advice about various things, including their sexual decisions, I think I should take that advice as well.
Yeah, much of the advice you're giving, it may apply to you.
Like what? That I shouldn't cut off my genitals? I went there. I thought I was going to go there, and I didn't for political reasons.
Ben, I'm glad you brought it back there. That's a very important topic of conversation. Do not do it.
No, I didn't. But I felt like, look, this society keeps putting me in prison for acting, I think, according to what like a man should do. But so that doesn't happen anymore. So they're in good shape now. But what else, Jack?
There's a lot, actually. And everyone I would work with would be different. Number one, we start with a solid inventory. Where are you at? What's holding you back? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And what do you want to change? Because really, that is a mistake that I've been, it's so simple and obvious, but it's something that
you thought about cutting your own genitals off, Jack?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Truth or not?
Could you be convinced to consider it though?
I almost got beat up once in jail because I was like, this system, it like makes us like think that we should cut our.
I bet you
off.
almost
And the
got
guy
beat
was
up
like,
more
"Hey,
times
we
than
don't
you know
talk
in
that way
jail."
here," and I was like, "Okay." I was just kidding, but.
I would have loved to see that. I would have loved.
I bet that there was a lot of times you almost
Praise
beat
God.
up.
No, you know what was really funny when I was in jail? I was only there for 12 days, but I knew a guy who was in my block, and he was there for being a pedophile. But I had known him for 25 years, so of course I'm going to talk to him.
We used
and
to hang
everyone's
out
like,
at
"Don't
RPTs
talk
all
to
the
that
time."
guy." And it turns out, I was like, I'm sure it's something. But I looked up the case, and he was like legit, like the worst 8-year-old girl, and I was like, "Oh shit."
6.
But because I was in intake, they don't do a lot of beating up in intake because
I mean, if you've got those charges, they will.
Well, they didn't touch him.
Was he in a booking booking cell by himself?
Well, we were all awaiting, something. So we were basically bail breakers or something like that. So we were not actually, we hadn't been sentenced. So everyone was on their best behavior. But there was a weird thing that when I was talking to him, I was like, "So what happened, Dave?" And this other guy was like, "Do not, shut your mouth." I didn't understand what that was. Is it because there are agents
Informants
who are
in
trying
jail.
to, is that what it is?
There's informants in jail, yeah.
So like nobody talk about your case because someone here might be.
Well, I mean, no, because people run their mouths in jail. So just like all the phone calls are recorded and they sift through them for.
Yeah.
There are all sorts of people in jail who will be a witness against
So
you.
he wasn't saying I was a Fed, but he was kind of saying like, we don't know, so everyone shut up.
What he was saying is that like asking that question is just on its face poor form and suspicious as shit.
Right.
It just lacked self-awareness.
Because no one's going to benefit from that.
Well, it's just there's a lot of people who ask bait questions pretending to be interested to try to get themselves a plea deal by snitching on you. So just that behavior.
Well, because I was talking about my case to them, and I was like, I don't get it. What should I do? Should I?
No, you were just acting super sus.
But like, no one told me to shut up. But
how can anybody trust a jail informant though? Because wouldn't you say whatever to get a reduced sentence? Like, how can you?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and you can't, and you would, but nevertheless, the that doesn't matter.
It's not like a super solid witness.
It helps them get a conviction, right? So they don't give a fuck.
I said I wasn't going to do this anymore, Lindsay.
No, that's fine. No, fine.
Good. Thank you, Ben. Because I actually do prefer it.
Damn.
Oh my goodness, Jack! I was just about to reach. I was finally like after years of seeing what Ben, because we watched. We were all part of the panel versus the same time when this whole fucking dynamic unfolded somehow. and we watched what happened. It's the first time I've ever gotten along with Ben, Jack, over the importance of not cutting off the genitals. It's very important. So but I do want to extend the olive branch there to that. Perhaps he should be, because he mentioned direct action, and he keeps talking. Grace is offering you this megaphone, and they have opportunities out in DC there. So perhaps Ben might be a great addition to the guild as a part of the direct action committee or something like this. I'm not sure.
Truth or copy? You sure that's all you're extending out to, Ben?
Is there something
You
else
want a
you'd like to
picture or
extend,
something,
Tarek?
Tarek? What you want?
I think
What
Tarek
you
would
want?
like
No,
to
what I'm saying
extend
is
his.
all day you've been talking about genitalia. Like he sounded a little gay. I had to say it.
Tarek wants to extend his jaw for Ben. He's wondering though if you've already claimed that.
Okay,
You can
Full
have
State. We'll settle our
Tarek.
beef
Take whatever
later.
from Ben you want, dude. I don't want it.
It's fine. Full State takes shots.
You
We'll
saw
settle our
something you
beef
want
later.
that Ben's offering. Go for it, bro. It's all
Yeah,
right.
that's all you, Tarek. Get in there, get your mans.
No, I respect Jack's
You
man. I
got
will
it,
not settle my beef
Tarek.
here.
You got it, bro.
Oh God! Stop drinking. Let's bring it back to Jack. Go ahead, Jack.
I
Lindsay,
want to
we're
know
never
how
done
Truth
with
or Cop
Phil.
got so lucky last night to bring in all those powerhouse panelists.
Last
Never.
night was an all-star show. It was a remarkable opportunity. I was really surprised.
But did it do anything that it was projected to do?
What was the
Why?
projection?
Why do you ask?
I mean, what was the projection?
Well,
Yeah,
isn't there
that
supposed to
too.
be some sort of board of directors now for the panelverse? I mean, wasn't that supposed to be exposed? I mean,
Yeah.
because and not a
The board of
it
directors
was,
of the panelverse is Truth or Cop's contribution to OTW's Fantasy Island.
Right. It's all
not
made
real?
up. No, it's
Yeah.
all made up. It's all pretend. Yeah, it is. The
Well, I was gonna
panelverse.
say my dad would be a great addition, but Jack just took pleasure in booting him off the
Ray.
panels. So
Hey, I cannot believe Grace, do not listen to these guys. Come on over to my panel. We'll see what position you can fit in over there. We got it.
Jack, why did you want to kick him off? You feel like he runs his mouth too much?
He dominates the conversation, and that's what I want to do, right?
Well, that's fair. You're the host.
So,
Jack, she's manipulating you. Resist harder. Get her pissed off so she spits in my mouth.
A lot of
Dude,
people
you
have
are
problems with him.
I know, and I actually don't. I
gotta clip
I know.
that. Somebody clip that
I
for
get
me.
him. I get him. You're gross, Dusty. You know that.
Sometimes I'm in a.
He's very gross.
I've been working on him for years, Talcott. Like, this is the best of panelverse. We're doing all right. We're getting somewhere somehow. But he's got a lot of work to do.
No, I don't.
He's making, like, it's gotten so bad that, like, I'm adopting his formulas to try and figure out how to, like, counter it. And
Yeah, everybody.
I don't
is.
want to
You
get
are
there,
like
Jack.
maybe
Please,
fucking
save me.
Andrew Wilson stealing my shit and acting like he didn't steal my shit.
No, but Jack, you shouldn't feel like, you should.
It was only
he's
5
very
minutes. He'll be back
receptive.
up by the time you're done with the sentence.
He's very receptive to being, like told to be quiet. So you shouldn't
I
feel
know
like
he is.
he just wants
I
to talk
know.
over you. He just gets excited. You know what
Crazy. I know. And I was actually just playing a little jab there. There's a little truth in it too, but it was mostly to jab because no, I respect it. And I do know. I do realize it. If I want Ben to calm down,
was it a jab toward Dusty, or did you just really mean that he's gross? Because I agree.
Which one? Oh no, yeah, he's gross. That one.
Could you elaborate on that? Why?
What?
Here,
is it the threesomes? Is it the threesomes? Is it the meth usage? Like what?
It's all the new pictures he's asking women on
If you
panel. All the
combine
stuff he
those
does.
two things
The
together, it's really an
masturbation.
experience.
The masturbation that he does behind the scenes when people are on panel, asking women to get on panel privately so they can show them their body. You know, Full State.
Really?
Tarek,
He
did we ever
jorks it
figure out?
backstage.
Hold on. Did we ever figure out how you know that I masturbate when my camera's off?
Well, Tarek,
One day you'll learn.
to support your opinion in one way and then kind of like put it in more context. you did for a time, and we went through this, openly express your opportunity. Hey, send me tit pics, bitches.
You know he has a woman on site.
So like, by the way, a married man, by the way, like, but we've already been through it. So like,
He
I'm
never
not trying to go
asked
back there.
me. What the fuck,
I'm gonna
Dusty?
bring
Flo, isn't Tarek the one that?
No,
isn't
you
Tarek the
didn't.
one-
Probably
Flo,
because your dad's always here.
Flo, isn't Tarek the one that told you about Marte's gay video?
I don't recall.
But
But
who?
Tarek is the one who told me about me masturbating when my camera's off.
Yeah, I said there's proof of that.
Think about the claim being laid out here. How the fuck does he know what I'm doing when my camera's off?
I can't tell you that. One day you'll know. I didn't say I could tell you.
Because there's no way for you to know it. You made it up.
Okay. One day
You're not
AI
even
will show
smart
you.
enough
Don't
to make
worry.
up lies that you.
Why would he?
We'll say one day AI will show you. I promise. So keep
Why
your
would he do
mouth.
that if
where
he's
it should
got
be.
a girl on
AI will
site?
show me. Tarek, you've never followed through on any threat in any concerning manner at all. Do your worst,
Okay.
buddy. You're impotent.
Okay,
You're
Flow
loser.
State. Let me ask you this: Are you an informant? Are you a rat? Yes or no?
Why are
Answer
you
the
asking me that,
question.
Tarek?
Yes or no?
Hey, did you
Are
see that
you
hot
an
bitch you
informant?
dropped me, Grace?
You answer the question
Lindsay,
Yeah. I'm getting
she's
I'm
negging.
getting some attention. Exactly, babe. Right there. Yeah. Love it.
first.
You
And
can
Tarek, I
tie
have
me
another
up
question.
anytime you
Did
want.
you
We
ever
can
get
do
nudes?
some other day. Let's
Did
not
you
do it
ever
on
get
Jax,
nudes from
Flow
Lindsay,
State.
Tarek? Because you deserve them more than I did.
Hey, let's not do this on Jax. I don't want to do this here. Me and you will settle
Why
all beef
not? You
later.
brought it up, bro.
We can settle it later,
You don't want
Flo.
to do it now because you didn't get any, did you? You made
I
yourself
can't
look like a
explain to you.
dumbass
See, I'm
for
not
a
like you.
year.
I keep secrets. I keep secrets.
Dusty, can I ask you a question? Because I know you were locked up for a long time. I was locked up for a short time.
Yeah,
like
for
4
selling,
months.
for selling kid drugs.
I didn't mind being manhandled. Like I thought it was like because we all fear being handled by another man, but like when it's their job, it's not really personal. Like you know what I mean? It's not like it's not
They
that
had to
bad.
tell me to spread and cough again and again.
Yeah, I had to do
and
that a
again.
number of times because I had visitors. You know how they look into your anus, and
Oh,
they're
they
like,
didn't. We didn't have.
they
any
don't like
visitors.
to, but like they're like,
Don't you find that quite personal?
it is, but it, like
I mean, I agree on the other side of the counter. For them, it's supposed to be business.
You were
yeah, right.
definitely
Like
in the
they
wrong
weren't
county.
into it. Like guys generally aren't into it.
I
You know
only,
what I mean?
I only got
Like there were a
cavity
couple
search
of guys
one
who were
time.
assholes.
Most
You
of
could
the time,
tell
they
they
just
got off
skipped
on it. But like most of the guys, it's just a job. You know what I mean? They have to look into your asshole. I mean, how many guys could be? That
I only
excited by that?
had to do that one time of all the times I got arrested. Normally they just kind of like ignore it.
Ben, you
Because
were
nobody
definitely
wants
in
to
the
do that,
wrong
really.
county.
Yeah, every time in the state order, every time you have a visitor at all, they do a thorough like cavity search and everything, which is crazy because I mean, I guess you could bring a shiv and kill your own lawyer, but like, why would that be a particular concern?
They cavity search
they
you
don't
when
want you
you
to- they
go
don't want
in
you to
jail.
bring-
They cavity search you when you have a visitor, and they cavity search you after you have a visitor.
Yeah, Grace fucked me over by like calling a lawyer and having her visit me. I was like,
Yeah.
I loved when my
Ouch.
lawyer visited.
He
'cause
was
we were on
recommended by Lauren
24/7
De
lockdown,
Laguna.
and I was happy to leave the cell.
$5,000 to represent me on a bullshit DV charge. No breaking a no
Well,
contact order.
next time you'll calm down before you kick her.
You know, next time I don't know what to say, but like the guys. There had been one guy in there, which is ironic. The guy who gives you the most advice is the guy who's been in there for 15 DVs, which you'd say like is kind of a DQ because like you're not winning this battle yourself, but you're also the most experienced one. And he's like, don't take a plea deal. But I would have sucked. Grace, cover your ears. I would have sucked 10 dicks.
Well, hold on,
to get out of that fucking
Ben.
situation.
Before we get there, I mean, Talcott's clearly disinterested in this conversation, but since we're here, he is the operating director of the guild. What do you think about being a part of it? And Flow State over here is something we haven't. I don't know what was your title again?
Department of Revenue, bro, and Imagination.
We called it something else. I don't like that one, but Ben,
I don't care. Figure it out. It can be whatever.
What I'm saying to Ben
I'm
is,
retiring from the board. I'm retiring from the board. I'm off the board.
No, we got to rename it anyhow. Don't worry about
I would
it.
like to have a commemorative watch to thank me for my years of service, and then you can stop asking me about the board.
I'd like to be head of gay affairs, even though I'm not gay. I have decided that
I've already been doing that job. You might as well get the title for it.
I really like gay men.
I was thinking you said
spend enough
something
time
about
around
Ben.
Andrew
Why do you
Wilson's, you realize,
let yourself be so much less than you could be? Because my offer's so much better than the bullshit you're making up in your head right now. The direct, you said direct action. Grace has this megaphone. She wants to give it to Talcott. You want to go to DC. You said something about direct action. I think whatever role you come in as, you need to kind of head the direct action committee in some regard.
Well, you could call that IRL in real life. You know, it's like a part of streaming, and we do pretty well in that area. And I
It
have
will
a
be
big
supervised heavily.
Yeah, we have a
This
big
is like
podium
playing
I'd like
house
to
or
give Jack.
something.
We do have a real
Listen, that's
in
all
life.
great ideas, but it will be supervised.
$3,000 podium.
Yeah.
I used to have a
speaker in
podium
it.
too. I got off Facebook Marketplace for some fucking reason, and then I never used it, and I got rid of it.
Are you going to give it to Jack, Flow State?
No,
Shut
it's
your
already long
fucking
gone.
mouth. They have a podium they want to give to Jack.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk to you about your imaginary council. Okay. We're grown ass men. We don't want to play make believe with you. OGW does. Snafu thinks he's a journalist, so he does.
You joined you attached yourself. I told you to come in as a sponsor. You were so desperate to become part of it. You named yourself as part of the committee last night. Pathetic.
I'm tired.
Yeah, you were desperate to get in. I know you're going to be desperate to get in again. We need to rename it anyhow. Jack Talcott, welcome, sir. The director of the organizing director.
This council thing is gotten stupid as shit. I encourage you to retire from it with me.
No, this guild idea is a good idea. Really
It
good.
is. God damn it, Ben. Your name.
Look at Duck, he's hiding.
I wasn't sure. Thank you.
Are
Welcome.
you Dutch ovening yourself down there? What's going on?
Jack, I actually have
no.
my dad at the podium if you want to check it out. Screen shared. If you want to take a look.
You have a picture of the podium?
Actually, I have a video.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that a beautiful podium?
It's gorgeous.
It actually
Built-in
is.
speaker.
It has a speaker in it, Jack.
Today's homily will be based on the stories of Anton Chekhov.
Those are some rad boat shorts you got.
See, the podium's too short for me.
Nothing
I had my
like
son
New
build a
England like
platform.
those shorts.
You're tall though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 6'8", so nothing fits me, so I had to
Oh,
customize it. But
those are actually pants.
Yeah, it is a nice podium. And
it's a beauty.
For a normal sized person, it might actually fit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to get it working with you,
Jack
Jack.
is wearing the same like leg foot get up as Ben was. That's crazy.
Actually, it does. Duck
Doug,
look
why
like
is that your fucking profile picture?
I don't. That's what I was
Because
wondering.
I have really nice running legs.
No,
Yeah,
you don't.
they're
They're
good.
man legs. Everyone's creeped out by your fucking
And
man legs.
nice running legs.
No, they're lean and
Maybe
lean
if
and
you were
efficient
running,
and
somebody would
sexy.
be like, "Damn, that dude's got
He
nice
has
running
nice legs.
They're
Stop
basically
shaming men
everything
for showing
that you
their
want.
legs.
I'm shaming him for taking
Yeah.
that picture and then posting it like any of us are going to sit here and go, "Oh, those are sweet legs, bro."
Look, I can wear shorts. I'm in Arizona. I
He
can wear
wants
shorts in the winter.
expert advice from
You
Talcott
can't
on how
do
to
that shit in Kansas.
exercise and stretch
Or
those
wherever
knees.
you are,
Most of
wherever
the
the
people
fuck you
around
are.
this panel of us are closeted homosexuals, and that.
Yes,
talk-
that's why
That's
I'm
right.
the
It's
head of
because
gay
it's more
affairs,
fun to be.
because-
It's better to be queer.
Yeah, open
Dusty.
homosexuals are far more masculine than closeted homosexuals.
I don't.
And
think
there's
so.
really only those two choices on the internet, to be honest.
Wait a second. Open is more masculine. Okay, yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with
Yeah.
you. I heard it backwards at first. The closeted ones are really like emotional because they're repressing their gayness, and it's
Yeah,
it's a
it's
whole
awful.
mess.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, it'd be like Snafu, the lady boy.
Probably, yeah. No, I won't disagree with that. Actually,
Yeah, that's the rumor that he is a lady boy. He wears dresses.
Well, Jack, I have a question. It seems like when we talk about sexual topics, now I understand that in a certain sense, the poo-poo, pee-pee, wiener, right, all that stuff can be childish. But are you saying that it's always childish to talk about those topics?
Well, there's a time and a purpose, but I mean, I was trying to talk about politics, confronting the corruption, and somehow we kept getting back to genitalia over and over.
We were confronting the corruption.
But I think everyone agrees with you, Jack. So what's the point? You're just going to say over and over again, I think that politicians are corrupt. I mean, we all agree.
Well, I told him that in the back chat. I said we tried to draw that to his attention several times, that he was up here seeking attention as a main stage character, and got Jack all riled up on politics. Specifically what he did.
Who, Melanie?
Yes.
Someday I'll be dead and gone, and you all will look back and you'll go, "Oh my God, Dusty had my back every step of the way." All you'll be like, "He was the angel. He was our guardian angel."
I'm just saying you can't really have much of a conversation if your point is, I think a lot of politicians are corrupt, and I think that they should act in service of their constituents. I think we'd all agree.
Okay.
Ben, can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick, Ben?
Yeah.
All right. I just have to yell at someone in the audience. Somebody's being a bitch. I used to pull 500. So if you're making fun of my legs and saying I have trans legs, I know you're just lying. You're lying about
I'm
it.
100% with you, Duck. I'm in favor of men wearing shorts like back in the 80s. I don't think it should be the gays.
This is why you're in charge of the Department of Gays.
I'm going to tell the gays we're the heteros are taking the short shorts back.
Is that squat instead of us? Is that squat or deadlift?
That was deadlift. I could only squat like 415. It wasn't. Yeah.
I literally have the most attractive and powerful legs in the world. I would put my legs up against any man's legs. I'm sorry.
I have a beautiful penis.
Oh, I'm telling you, I can show you right now. But
leg competition.
I used to do those sleds.
I thought it couldn't get any gayer.
I would do everything on the sled. I think it's a Norwegian, like a Northern European thing. We have strong legs because of the snow and stuff.
Jack, just chill back and smoke a doobie or something. This is how it's going to go for today.
Are you advocating for drug use, Tarek?
No, I'm just joking.
Oh, it's a joke now.
I've realized that this is what it's come to. However, Lippy, you kind of missed the point. I actually wanted to discuss the politics and stuff. Mel didn't get me fired up. I was actually trying to engage with some of those questions. And Ben, what you're saying, yeah, the majority knows it's corrupted. Now, what I'm really hoping to do, combined, I mean, it's a number of different things, right? But my spiritual faith, my study of self-development, the branding, live without fear.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to believe that we don't have to put up with this corruption. I want people to believe that we can do something about it. Because if we believe we can do something about it, we might. But if we don't believe we can do anything about it, well, we'll talk about why we can't.
But your plan is that you're going to talk to a politician. So how can we help? Like, what's controversial?
It doesn't have to be me. Here's the deal. I've learned from a lot of people, and this is what I said earlier. I wish there was a way for me to. There might be a way to show my algorithms, right? To give an example of all these people that are just so inspiring.
All you got to do is share screen.
Yeah, I'm not sure that would do it justice, though. Is because what I mean, it's.
What do you mean? People who are doing this on the internet?
Well, let me see what comes up. No, it's not.
Yeah, that's a good question by Ben. How can we help, Jack? If we decided to help, how can we help?
There's many ways. I mean, the goal is to end wars and begin reforms. That's the end goal. I mean, speaking to Trump, I just think that's a path. It's a step.
But Jack, how is that different than like a kind of like, you know how they have the pageant and it's Miss America, and she usually gives a kind of what would be called a banal sort of speech about like we need world peace, and it's seen as something that an airhead would say. because it's broadly, it's not going to be controversial. But really, we just want to see her in a swimsuit, and that's what we're judging it on. Because like, everyone agrees with this. It's not really a speech. If you say, "Well, we want world peace," how is it what you're saying different than that?
Specifically, the end of this bullshit legal secrecy. The legal secrecy it's stolen our freedom and our liberty because our government, by its current structure, the way it maneuvers with propaganda and infiltrating the media, infiltrating Hollywood, we've got the CIA controlling and monitoring everything, right?
Yeah.
And all these people, they're just patriotically going along to get along, right? Because we got to make America the best. And then we're spending $1 trillion a year pretty much going to military expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump is the sales rep for the military industrial complex. We saw that with him holding the big checks and bragging about the $1 billion arms deals with Saudi and stuff. Guys,
This is one of the problems is Donald Trump, he put his left foot out. And so we're seeing the United States sell a bunch of other countries weapons and say we're going to do all these things. And so now we can talk about these little peace deals because it doesn't matter to him when somebody's got to pull the trigger to go to war. Or when they
But Jack,
if
if you're going to say, for example, hey, the Chinese could be our friends and we could work together. The Russians could be our friends and work together. We don't have to make enemies. Making enemies just makes everyone's lives worse. Like that also is something that anyone would basically agree with.
Yes. However, here's the problem. We've got these governments, the United States government, it's making deals with China. It's making deals with United Arab Emirates. It's making deals with all of these oppressive nations. And we're not doing shit for the other people that are being oppressed by these other nations. Why?
Right.
Because we can't figure out how to get our own damn government under control.
Yeah.
So,
See, there's a serious disconnect between the people and the government. And that disconnect is the responsibility. Okay. If the American government is spending that money in these foreign countries and causing such desolation, and the American people are proud of their government, wouldn't they be proud enough to take on the responsibility of making reparations for those? No, they don't want to do that. They want to stick in their guns that, hey, this guy was wrong or this guy. No, it's all wrong. It's all wrong.
If you want to talk about reparations.
I'm just going to land it real quick. Sun Tzu says in The Art of War, to defeat one's opponents without fighting is of supreme excellence. And this is the whole point. If America poses that they are such a great nation, then why are they not proving it by that excellence?
Right, but like El Perro, let's say you say, I think it's true to say
right,
that the Native Americans were not really treated well by Europeans. Do you think we should give them reparations at this point?
No, I'm specifically talking about let's not make.
How do we do that? How do we make peace with that whole history?
Well, again, I think that comes down to the individual aspect and understanding that excellence. If each one of us thinks we're such a great man and can self-validate ourselves to be above and better than that government so we can hold them to that oversight and take that responsibility and say, hey, no, our vote is going to go for this. And if you do those kinds of atrocities, that's a commercial aspect we are not willing to undertake in this social contract. Our social contract remains in good faith.
Okay.
So I don't know what any of that means.
How many people vote? How many people vote in this system? How many people vote? This is a serious question. How many people vote in this system?
You're just shifting off the last nonsense.
No, how many people in this system vote knowing the politics behind it and are willing to take up responsibility for that? None.
So
they vote and take all that.
Are you just going to sit here and complain? What is the point?
I see, Jack. I see a lot of history going on here because I could yell at Wizard too for
a lot of history.
The same reason I'm trying to raise $5,000 for the Actors Guild. The Directors Guild. Sorry, I made Wizard laugh so hard. I'm not joking. Streamers Guild, whatever it is, Panelverse Guild. And man, there's a lot to get into there. He made a lot of points, and then we get in the history of you and him. I saw a lot going on there. I'm sorry, I forgot all the points I had to make.
Who are you referring to as Wizard? Is that El Perro?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
He has many. Dude, he shifts his name all the time.
That should be one of the rules of the guild. One name.
Do you understand what the Authors
Best
Guild
if it's your name.
Do you understand what the Authors Guild is? Because I understand that term guild very well. It's a guild. It's an artistry where many authors can get together and have their work protected as a group or individually because the rest of the group is still backing them in that independent art, in that independent work.
The closest analogy we have of that is like doctors who have the
correct
association. They're not controlled.
Ben, no way, dude. Ben, no way. You trust your doc. Most people trust their doctor. They find a new one. Who trusts Donald Trump these days? Who trusts the people they vote for? That's so.
I don't trust my doctor or Donald Trump. In fact, I don't have a doctor.
No, if you had like an owie, but Ben, if you had an owie on your tooth, if you had an owie, you would go to the dentist and you would maybe get a second opinion, but you're going to trust one of them, right? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
But I haven't trusted doctors since the whole vax thing happened.
Duck is a huge fan of those things. Be careful.
I'm feeling it's time to start wrapping up. These have been
What? Is it Ben's fault?
Well, we're coming up to almost 4 hours already. That's a long one for me.
Hey, Jack.
Well, I think that it's a reasonable time to ask the audience for $100 within the next, 5 minutes.
Yeah, or just
continue on for an hour.
Off stage, or just send five.
Well, both.
$5
We could do
and
both.
kick me off
Send
stage, so I
$100
can't,
to kick
I can't
Duck
say bye
off
to
stage.
people.
Hey, Grace,
I'm just
can
gonna
we
talk
get
about my
you and Lalo update?
giant.
I'll pop
something.
off first because I don't want to overstay my welcome. Thanks for having me, Jack. Love you, buddy.
Ben, we all overstay our welcome here. It's part of the fun.
It is. That's
for me. It is for sure.
I know. You know what?
Don't you do it, Jack. Don't you fucking do it.
I'm
Don't you
doing
do
it.
it. I'm the
You're
only
not
one who
gonna
looked
make
up for your best interest more than you did.
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks, Jack. I'm gonna dip off too since I wasn't here that long. We'll see you, Jack. Bye, everyone.
All
Good
right.
night, Jack.
Blessings to you. Hey, thank you sincerely.
Nice to see you again,
Grace.
Jack. I mean it.
You and hey,
Grace, you and Ben talk about that position at the Guild of Directors, please, and Megaphone get you a lot of points there. I don't know.
We are going to be seeing you very soon, Jack. I mean that
I look-
sincerely. This thing it's got to get used one way or the other. It's not going to waste.
I love that.
you know what? Golly geez, I wasn't going to, but I think I will. I am going to redirect the stream, I think, for those who are willing to stick around. Any more thoughts, though, folks?
Well, I'm on my way out, Jack. I just want to let everybody know, be blessed, you bitch-ass slaves.
Thank you for that.
Great stream, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm not seeing them. Here, hold on.
Which one are you looking? Well, the freaking if you're still here, and Jack, if you're looking for something for a moment, I did want to pick your brain. I wanted to pick El Perro's brain about that whole, do you see yourself as a position there, or what? The freak.
I don't know. I haven't thought about that. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe like spiritual something or something. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Well, think about it, and if you come up with a title you want there,
Much love, truth or count.
here or there, whatever. Much love, bro. Be well.
You're an OG to me.
You are too, Mom. Be well. Mr. Talcott, What are we
Yes.
turning forward to?
It looks like we're going to Modern Men, I think.
All right.
I'm not finding them on my feed, but
Well, he's not in the guild for sure. He hasn't been streaming long enough. I think at least a year is the requirement at this point.
I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know either.
I did find it.
Okay. I'm gonna yell you backstage if you want.
All right, beautiful. Thank you. We got a last minute return. Very briefly, I am shutting up. Welcome back, Panel Waste Management. Are you there, Mr. Tom? Maybe you were joining for a post-stream conversation like sometimes happens. Brothers and sisters, thank you again sincerely to all of you. Blessings. It's an adventure. This Jack Talcott channel, the streams, it is an adventure. Brothers and sisters, I really do appreciate all of you joining the conversations, especially the guests who's joined. We have a variety of conversations, a variety of topics, but brothers and sisters, the topic I was really after today is the idea of change, re-examining our reasoning here at the end of 2025. I'm not going to keep going. I'm just going to wrap it up. We're going to raid over to another stream, and if you follow over there, please share some support and encouragement. Pass some love from here. Brothers and sisters, thank you again. Till next time, choose love. Peace for everyone. Live without fear. God bless us all. Peace.